is hello, Mr. Carson. Believe you the first one in. We are hopefully not experiencing technical difficulties here. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I don't know if we're functional or live because Kim, hey, what's going on? What's up? How's California treating you this fine day? Probably a lot better than Pennsylvania, I would hope, because it sucks over here. I'm not 100% sure if I'm glitched or not. Showing me online there. Okay, good. All right, well, that's what I like to hear. For whatever reason, Kick is showing down right now. Kick just could be having issues, potentially. No, we're good. Kick's back up. Kick is just, in fact, working. I was just trying to figure out. Customize channel. I don't know why I'm showing in the Warframe category. Screen preferences. We'll get going here shortly. I'm just trying to get set up. Again, apologies. I meant to start at 5 o'clock today. Running super behind. I got way behind at the gym, number one. The sauna was just so good I had to stay in for a while. And then I had a weight loss appointment with my life coach, and that ended up running longer than I thought. So by the time I got out of there, God, I was like 4:45 already. And I have a 30-minute drive home from there. I will tell you what, we did not effectively hydrate after that sauna. So I got a 64-ounce jug. Again, to put it in perspective that I am a big dude and not just fat, that's 64-ounce jug looking like a sippy cup. All right, let's go. Miss Kim, you're a first-timer in here. Welcome. I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do for stream here. I got a couple videos I do want to watch. In the sauna, I did 20 minutes on the dot, Bucky. 20 on the dot we got. Felt amazing. Did right into a cold shower when I was done. Felt amazing. Seized my whole upper body up. My God, I feel good. I got running so far behind, I only got 500 meters in the pool. But to be fair, technically I'm still light duty. I don't want to do much more than that. So, but we are looking good. We are feeling good. My God, I was sweating bullets in that sauna. Actually, had a great conversation with a guy in there. He just got done with his workout. We got talking saunas and stuff. He was a super, super nice guy. This time, he was actually prepared for the sauna, not like last time where the gentleman came in long sleeves, socks, and shoes. That was an interesting experience. Didn't even know what to say, so I just said nothing. Oh, what do we got going on in the world today? Probably a whole lot of nothing. Now, this is curious. I don't know if you guys have paid attention to Ethan Benyard. He is another man doing exactly what I am. Actually, him and Reed are both gentlemen in my exact situation. But I'm curious to see because Mr. Benyard is going a full veggie purge right now, he's calling it. So, man is going to be straight vegetables for the next little bit. I'm very curious how it goes for him. I feel fantastic. I'll tell you what, cutting dairy out, Carson. I had a couple real bad days. I don't know if you saw the weigh-in. I did come back up 6 pounds over the entire course of last week, 3.8 just over the weekend. I had a bunch of dairy stuff left around the house. I'm bad at controlling myself, so I did a little cheat, and it was all dairy. I've been trying to cut it out, but I did have a ton of cottage cheese the other night, some of those little Baby Bells, and man, I felt like garbage the last couple days. You're right, Bucky. You're right. I'd rather see socks and shoes on than dicks out. So there is that. Luckily, my gym has a firm set of rules. No nudity. Thank God. Oh, awesome, Kim. Awesome. I'm still getting used to this whole streaming thing, so sometimes I don't get it set up properly. Yeah, you're right, Carson. Dairy's gone. Dairy's 100% gone right now. We're super dialed in. I'm planning meals 2 days ahead of time right now, or essentially a week ahead of time, but we're getting 2 days planned out, thawed out, prepped out, ready to go. So we are locked in. We're going to be down another 5 by the end of the week. I guarantee that. Excellent afternoon. Sauna was fantastic. Pool was really good. I wish I could have had more time in the pool, but sadly I had an appointment. I was kind of crunched for time, but it was a good time. Absolute good time. Let's see here. No, not my videos. What am I doing? No. We need some music. Funnily enough, I actually got not copyright stricken, but when I tried to publish the weekly update earlier, I actually did get a copyright warning on that for a song on this playlist. T-bones and ground beef, dude, I'll tell you what, I've been doing a lot of the last couple days, and I feel absolutely fantastic, is lamb. Ground lamb and bone-in lamb chops. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm starving right now. I got to get some food here at some point. That's my plan for dinner tonight. I got a half pound of ground beef or ground lamb and some eggs. Beef is tomorrow. Then tomorrow I got ground beef and bone-in lamb. And then I think Thursday, I'm going to see the wifey finally. She's been out of town for a couple days. We got a big old beef roast going to go in the crock pot. I did a sirloin tip in the crock pot last time. I'll tell you what, it was so lean it came out. Bleh. I've never been huge on lamb. I've never been a lamb guy, but I am very quickly turning into one. I'm kind of prepping myself because we're going lion. The Monday after Thanksgiving is going to be full-on lion diet, so it's going to be lamb and beef from here on out as soon as we hit that day. So I am getting myself ready. I'm also slowly getting myself ready for liver. I am going to try beef liver soon. I'm going to do a video on it. I've always had a liver issue. It's not the flavor. It's just the texture. So I got to figure out a better way to do some liver here. Get things right. Get it right. Get it tight. All right, we're going to get some Jamie James going. I think. Let me know if that music volume's too loud, interfering or anything. I have 9 different volume settings for you guys in stream, so I don't know exactly which one is doing which. Also, we want to... We're going to duplicate... I also have a... beef liver dog shit? Yeah, I'm going to do salt, Carson. I'm going to do salt. Overgrown Exponent D9. Oh my god, we have a kick chatter, and you're never going to believe it. He is still a robot. We're still waiting for the first real chatter and kick. It's going to show up eventually. Beef liver dog shit. What is it, just a flavor thing for you, Carson, or you just think there's something else to it why you don't eat it? I was just kind of going to look at it as a source of nutrients. I know it's super nutrient dense, so that was kind of going to be my plan. Where is... No, we're not in here. See, for me, it's not the taste. I can actually handle the taste. It's not a taste thing, it's the texture. It's just that, you know what I mean? I don't know. I've been trying to find ways to do it. Actually, I found Ferrigno Freedom. I was watching one of his liver videos the other day, and he's saying air fry it at like 400, 2 minutes aside, and it comes out really good. It kind of takes care of that texture. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to do it on video for you guys, so if it ends up being a disaster, trust me, there will be evidence of it. There'll definitely be some evidence going on for it. Let's see here. I'm going to find us a nice react to. I hear that. Yeah, I hear that. If it's not something you're worried about, fucking don't even do it. Don't even do it if you don't need it. Playlist, what do we got? I had a nice reaction I want to do because I've been worried about cholesterol, so I found a really good breakdown of cholesterol someone recommended to me. Raw liver, Bucky? No, I can't do that. There ain't no way. There was no way I was doing that. You know what? What was that Leo DiCaprio movie with the liver? The one he actually ate raw liver for. What was it? Revenant. I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't seen it, but there's a liver scene in Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio that's tough to watch. Yeah, I'm not a huge parasite man myself. I already got enough Lyme disease boiling around in my system. I don't need anything else going on. Get some of them brain worms in you. It'll do you good. Actually, for me, a brain worm could be an improvement. You never know. Just being a big dude and stroking out or clogged arteries, you know what I mean? Just the general concerns. See, I'm not super up to date with all this carnivore stuff. I'm still learning as we go. And oh my God, a wife, Mrs. High Calorie Human. Hello, how are you? My cholesterol as it stands, I can tell you right now, I'm gonna have to pull it up in my phone, but I can tell you exactly where I'm at. I'm still 2 months off of having more blood work, but I can pull up my handy dandy medical app here. Log in. Visits, test results. Alright, so I do have an abnormal lipid profile. So this is when I got my last set done. So my overall cholesterol is 244. It's shown in a high range. My HDL is low. I'm at a 45. My triglycerides look good. They're at 109, so that's kind of sitting right middle of the road. Getting ready for your night. Cool. Let's see. And my LDL is very high. They're saying LDL is 157. They're saying 100 is the benchmark there. Cholesterol to HDL ratio, I'm a 5.0. LDL, HDL ratio, 3.5. And my non-HDL cholesterol is high at a 179. These are pre-numbers. Actually, this was at the end of first week of carnivore, and my doctor that did it, she said it's not worth doing another one until you hit the 90-day mark. It's going to be really hard to see a swing in either direction unless you go 90 days and give it a nice period of time. So I have around 2 more months till we do more blood work. So it wasn't before carnivore, but it was at the end of the first week. I think not even the full week. It's probably like 4 or 5 days in these numbers are from. But there's not much in there that's showing good, according to doctor numbers. You know what I mean? Everything in there is either elevated high or not where it's supposed to be. The only thing that's within its band is my triglycerides. So I guess that's kind of where my big concern comes from. I'm seeing all these flags and warnings pop up in my medical app. And exploding heart would be good to avoid, but it's one of those balance things. I was talking to it. My life coach was actually thrilled today. I was doing carnivore. Through the weight loss clinic, I get 3 things. I get a dietitian, I get an actual weight loss doctor, and I get a life coach. My life coach's name is Brian. Dude's awesome. He's a maniac, drives a 700-horse Hellcat. He's just a happy-go-lucky lunatic type guy, and he was smitten today. The other 2 are not happy about it, and they're bringing up just cholesterol the whole time. So I guess that's my big concern. While on the total cholesterol, Dr. Bray says A3rd, C number is 3rd about the same, and 3rd C worse. Yep. So that's my thing, and I'm not sweating it yet. Like I said, until I get this next round of blood work, then I'll really get a good read at where I'm at. If there's some crazy spikes, I don't know, maybe I have to reconsider things. That being said, I'm not sure which one of you guys it was. All you guys send me such cool stuff to watch. I'm looking for it now. I have a playlist somewhere in here that I found a video. Knee strats, fails bloopers. Where was it? It's just weight loss strats. Should be in here. So here we go. So we're going to start off tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to do a little bit of a reaction. Fluxcase came back perfect, man. Everything, no need to worry. A lot of people say that they don't know shit. Yeah, see, that's my thing. It's like everyone who's on a carnivore saying I'm going to be fine. Showed down from your current levels for sure. Yeah, they're slightly elevated, but they're still within the safe band, Bucky. Carson, yeah, I'm not like super panicked over anything right now. I'm just kind of, like I said, everything on my results is showing high right now. So until I see my next panel results, which is still 60 days out, I'm not worried about anything. Always gets better on carnivore, yeah. So what I want to do, speaking of that, this is a video I started the other day and I did not have time to finish it. But this is Anthony Chaffee. He's a doctor. He's a specialist in heart medicine, and he's pro-carnivore. We're going to do a little reaction here to him. Anthony Chaffee, MD on YouTube. Definitely worth checking him out. Super cool dude. But this is kind of what I was getting into. I've been really meaning to finish this video here the last little bit. But it looks like he gives a really, really good read on carnivore and cholesterol. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, Carson. We're going to see some nice improvements there. Give me 2 seconds while I chug this down. Yeah, so Buggy, this is my gym jug. This is my 64-ounce jug right here. And normally between the pool... Actually, most times before I leave the pool, I have all 64 ounces down in one go. If not at the pool, in the sauna, I'll usually chug down a shit ton more. I actually listen to my body a little more hydration-wise. I drank maybe a quarter of this while I was there, and I feel fantastic. Whoop! As I'm breaking stuff and throwing it around. But definitely thirsty now. I'm feeling it now, but I'm trying to wait more for that actual demand for thirst. You know what I mean? And it's like you're saying, you get that throat feeling and everything else. You can tell when you're really, really ready for that hydration. There's definitely times I feel like I'm forcing it a lot. But let's get started. Actually, I owe you guys some reps. Oh, you guys keep me on point. So we're going to get our reps in here real quick. We got 4 sets of these tonight. I don't know how long I'm going to go tonight. I said I changed it to 5 to 9 tonight. We might end up calling it 8 o'clock tonight because I have not eaten much today. And I don't think I can wait another 3 1/4 hours to get some food in me. So we'll probably still call it at 8 p.m. tonight. We're going to get some reps in. Then we're going to do a nice little reaction to Mr. Anthony Chaffee on cholesterol. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm being rude and silencing the music. Well, we had a wife in here for a second. What's she doing? I'm good, getting ready for my night. Well, good. Good. I hope everything goes good tonight. Catch it up quickly. Benny, have no fear. I also am a tardy tard tonight. I didn't even start the stream till about 20 after 5. I didn't get out of my life coach appointment until, good God, probably 15 minutes before 5, and I got a half-hour drive home, so I booked it pretty good to get here. We do not scold for tardy in these parts either. You are always welcome no matter the time. Hell, you ain't got to show up and talk. If you're in here lurking, man, good enough. 10, 11, 15. Oh, this is going to feel good on the arms today, man. My joints feel good today. They feel good after that sauna. There's also some ibuprofen and Tylenol backing that up, but... So pumped for dinner tonight, too. I got ground lamb and some eggs. It's going to be good. I had that last night, too. That ground lamb was so good. Ground lamb in the air fryer. Perfect 160 medium in there. 13, 14, 15. I wonder if tonight shall be the night we'll have our first kick chatter. Potentially. I got a good feeling about it. Except for one thing, one problem. I'm locked on a Warframe circuit over on Kick, and I don't know why. You're gonna make a sled dog out of her before too long, Benny. Mush, little dog, mush. He's adorable, by the way. That picture was so cute you put up. Start burning some of this arm fat, baby. Turn it into muscle. I got them nice, big, juicy looking arms, man. I need to get some muscle going in there. I don't want these things to shrink right down and have them little twig arms. We don't want no baby arms around here. Okay. $6.49 a pound. I had an air fryer last night, dude. That sounds good, Bucky. I'm starting to fall in love with all these. I'm really shooting to do a behind the scenes in all these. My best friend's wife is the head manager for a whole location here, and the other two sub managers are her sisters, so she's in control of the whole location. So I'm trying to get lucky here. I got to talk to her this weekend. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get some behind the scenes, after hours, close footage, like right when they stock the shelves fresh again and stuff, and get some real good look at stuff, I hope. Shooting for that next week sometime. Yeah. Aldi's amazing though. I mean, right now with how expensive stuff is, Aldi's so great. We go anywhere else, any of the local markets or Sam's or anywhere else, we end up spending so much money. I mean, we did an entire week's shop at Aldi this week for like $70. It really wasn't bad. I mean, I'm eating lamb, beef, all sorts of good stuff all week. Oh, I'm on 50 more. I cannot wait for more blood work though. I'll see where I'm at. See my A1C, get all that good stuff. I could probably get it a little sooner, but I don't think it's worth it. I could get my primary doctor to do it, I think. Well, again, I think it's worth waiting the 60 days to get better results. Oh, gee. There we go. First set done. First set done. We gotta make sure we're logging everything as well. Hero. My superhero. So I'm curious what my heart rate is after that. Just said an accuracy of tracking. I mean, that ain't half bad for post-workout. I got all the little fun toys here for keeping track of health stats. 89 for getting a little pump in. That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. Oxygen's looking good. I am curious. I'm going to run my blood sugar quick while we're sitting here. I want to see where I am for the day. Get a little blood sugar read. Starting to have fun keeping track of all these stats every day, knowing exactly where I am. Quite fun, quite fun. I think that's a large part of what's making it so easy. I'm actually really starting to enjoy this stuff. I used to hate doing all this stuff, any of this type stuff, man. It drives me crazy. I can't wait to do it every day. It's my favorite parts of the day is tracking all my stuff towards the end of the day. Superhero. One of these days I'm going to learn to do a different finger when I poke, though. But it is not this day. I also don't have a garbage bag in my garbage because it is garbage night and I just took the garbage outside. Genius. Ow. Ow. Carne asada. And on top of that, Bucky, it's just fun to say carne asada. Carne asada. What do we got? What do we got? That is what I'm talking about. That is some sugar for a goddamn 480-pound man right there. That is beautiful. Fearless. This is the song I got copyrighted on earlier. I couldn't believe it. I've used this for everything. No, I've used it for everything. How's y'all's days going? Everybody doing good? Keeping busy? Work good? Life good? Significant others good? Pets good? Family good? I truly hope so. I'm going to put that right in there because I don't have a garbage bag. The only thing about all these, man, is like you got to be on point because they only have certain stuff for so long a lot of the time, and like you'll go there and like half of it's gone. We got 2 things of bone-in lamb chops the other day, and I said, oh my God, we need to go back and buy more. We're going to go buy the whole store out of those lamb chops. By the time we got back, everything was gone already. There was like 20 bags of them things. They were just gone. It is, yeah, this entire, see, it's one of those things. I didn't get a copyright strike, so there's 2 forms of copyright for YouTube. There's stuff that's copyrighted, but it's free use still. And then there's actual copyright infringements. Actual copyright infringements are pretty rare. Those do not happen often, but a lot of times on your video, if you have a free use copyright, it'll just say copyright warning. So technically this song is a copyrighted song, but it's free use because they gave the rights to no copyright sounds. One thing you can be absolutely sure of, that no copyright sounds on YouTube, make sure it's the big one, 34.2 million subscribers. You go to this one, everything they have is non-copyright and free use. Well, I say non-copyright, but for whatever reason, this song is copywritten, and it wasn't going to block the video. It wouldn't change the viewability of my video, but what would happen is, in the future, if I were to get monetized on YouTube, since there's a copyright free use thing on it, you can still make the video, you can put the video out, but down the road, if you get monetized, you can no longer profit off of that video. So it's something you don't want to do because you never know. I mean, videos, you can put a video out and it takes off, especially the long forms, they can take off 2-3 years after the fact. And down the road, you can end up making a ton of money off them if you get monetized. And if you have that little copyright thing, guess what? You're SOL. You were completely SOL on it because you're gone. So it's definitely something to avoid. I was literally publishing the update for today, and I had to take it back out and get that song out and find a new one. That's why it's kind of got that like funky song at the end that kind of really doesn't match anything else I use. I just needed something last minute to throw in there. Oh, dude, Benny, 98's awesome, dude. 98's awesome. I mean, anywhere 80 to 100, brother, you are good. That is perfectly fine. Yeah, it's not worth having that copyright risk on stuff. On shorts, see, the weird thing is, though, I've used it in so many shorts, and I've never had the copyright thing. Yet, I used it in a long form, and that's when they ping you. Because the shorts, once you make a short and no one sees it again after a couple days, that short's generally gone. No one's ever going to see that thing ever again. Like a week after I put a short out, it gets maybe 1 or 2 views a week. So I think that's why they don't warn you on those ones. Yet when it comes to a video that does have the potential to make money down the road, then they go, oh no, you have copyright now. At least when you're publishing, it does let you know. It gives you a big pop-up and a warning before you even publish, and it doesn't do it to you after the fact. Actually, even streaming, if you're streaming direct to YouTube through OBS, which I'm doing right now, it'll actually give you pop-up warnings. If I were to listen to anything copyright right on stream, it'll pop up with a red saying, hey, you're going to get copyrighted for this. However, I hadn't figured it out yet, and my plan was to try and get it done today, but I got crunched for time doing the other video. There is a way to broadcast a stream through OBS and have any music you want playing. During a stream, you can play whatever and not be copyright. The thing is, when this stream finishes, it auto-uploads to the channel as a VOD, so you can go watch it whenever you want. The VOD itself cannot have the copyright stuff. So, realistically, we can sit here and listen to Spotify and listen to my actual jam list the whole time and some crazy good music. But there's a way to have Spotify set up through OBS where it will play in the stream, but it's not actually recording it to the VOD. So we can sit here and jam the entire time, full Spotify, full copyright, everything, and then boom, end stream, it goes to the VOD. None of that music will be there. It'll just be dead silence besides me talking. So it makes the VOD a little more boring, but super worth it so we can have Spotify. So that is something I'm planning on figuring out tonight. After I get some food in me, because I'm hungry. I almost want to take the camera out in the kitchen and cook for you guys right now, but the only downside with that is I'm not going to be able to see chat at all if I do that. I kind of want to go make some eggies and some ground lamb out there right now. Dude, I'm getting so much better. I've always been so bad at cooking, and I'm actually getting a lot better at making beef and lamb and all this stuff, and I'm somehow getting worse at eggs. I don't know how. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Also, this is going to be a very interesting comparison here. So Ethan Benyard, this is another young gentleman who started out, this man was 660 pounds. Super worth checking him out. He does some really awesome stuff. He's doing the same type journey I am. But he's actually going full vegetable right now. He's going straight vegetables, and our weights are around the same. He's about 460. I weighed in today about the exact same. I was within like 0.3 of where I was on the weigh-in yesterday. But I'm curious to see what happens over the course of the week. I think he's doing this for a week, and I'm dialing in carnivore for a week. I'm curious to see what we're going to be at the end of the week. Oh, I will, Benny. I will. I got 2 big old lamb burgers I'm going to make tonight. Lamb burgers and some eggs. I was going to do some bacon too, but I ran out of bacon last night, sadly. Trying to suck up and enjoy all the bacon I can before I go full lion. Got to get that pork while I can. Mrs. High Calorie Human, I would come make you a delicious dinner. Sauna might have cooked my brain a little bit tonight. I'm putting too much emphasis on the syllable here. But I would love to come make you a delicious dinner if you were not several hours away right now. I can't wait for you to come home, though. I miss you. But again, we're going to keep track of Ethan the next couple days. I want to see what he's up to. Reed, also another guy, if you want to see someone else is doing my type deal, Mr. Reed is really, really cool. Super nice guy. However, does not respond to comments whatsoever. Yeah, it's like, I mean, he's losing quick. He's losing super, super quick. I think, see how many before and afters up? There you go. That's a big boy. That was him at 660. At 660, though, like, look at him. He's a unit, dude. He's a unit. This dude's got to be 6'5", 6'6", easy. He's easy got to have 1 inch, 2 inches of height on me. Look at his mittens on that phone. My God. It's probably like the biggest phone you can get. There's that, and he's already down to this. So he's lost a lot. He has lost a lot of weight. Be home. What time is it? You still got like an hour before you got to be there. But we're gonna keep pace on Ethan. I don't know if he's gonna sustain though. I've been trying to reach out to him and Reed for a couple weeks now. I've been in their DMs, and I don't want to feel like I'm Mr. Annoying Guy. But Ethan, Reed, and me are all within like a 20-pound range of each other right now. We're all doing the same thing, and I've been trying to get a hold of them about trying carnivore because it's working so good for me. So Ethan is going full veggie. We're going to see how that goes for him. And then Reed, I don't know. Reed shows a lot of workout stuff. I mean, he shows gym days and all this other stuff, but he has never shown anything about the diet he's doing. He's pure workout. Absolutely pure workout. Man's gets some views though. Look at that. 965,000 he got on that. Whoo! All right. I'm going to let my dog out quick. I'm going to top off my beverage. I'll be right back, and we are going to react to Mr. Anthony Chaffee about cholesterol, because I'm very concerned about cholesterol, and I want to find out some more about cholesterol and where we're going. Can't really wait to find out some more about cholesterol and LDLs, maybe HDLs, triglycerides. Sorry for doing that voice. It hurts me to do it. I will be right back. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Who let the dogs out in the high-calorie arena? 'Twasn't me, said the fist. All right. Ruh-roh.
Me to reduce my cholesterol.
All right. Once again, Anthony Chaffee, MD. He's big heart doctor. We're going to learn about cholesterol today.
On carnivore, my cholesterol raised, and my cardiologist warned me to reduce my cholesterol. There's zero evidence that cholesterol causes aortic aneurysms. There's zero evidence to show that cholesterol causes anything besides good health and hormonal health, because you need cholesterol for your hormonal health because they're made out of cholesterol. So this is just a very common.
YMCA, Bucky.
And the sugar companies that have paid off people.
Even though you've seen it, all right. I was
going
to say, Bucky, I swear you were the one that recommended this to me when we were talking about cholesterol a couple weeks back. I swore it was you. So, but you have fun at the Y. I'm assuming you're hitting the pool while you're there. Maybe a bit of a steam, maybe a sauna, maybe getting dry there. Good God, that is some good water. I am feeling the thirst right now.
Actually, sugar in their processed garbage is actually hurting people. That's the funny thing. Kellogg, did this because this is going to help people. So we get them all plant-based, and that's going to help people, and ends up destroying their lives. And then they go, "Ooh, we got to protect this. And we got to blame something else for it," even though they know that their own product is causing harm.
There's something
because they thought it was supposed to help people. So,
he says in his other video, or might do two videos.
When you do things, even when you think you're doing them for the right motivations, the Nazis and all these other people, they do these things because they think it's the right thing to do. We look on and going, "Oh, wow, that's bloody evil," but they were thinking, "Wow, this is a good thing." There's that idiot from WEF, that guy, what is his name?
Plain water. I got a liquid IV in this one right now. Just dabbing up on some electrolytes.
Picture of a Nazi.
I had a few of them powder liquid IVs left, non-sugar. I need to get rid of those things.
You cut someone in half, you'll never.
What was the one you guys recommended? It was Element, right? LMNT. That was the one for electrolytes you guys were suggesting.
This is.
I'm actually going to reach out to both of them, try and get sponsored. Doubt it'll happen, but it's worth a shot.
Slavery and subjugation and murder and genocide of their fellow man. That's what that is. That's what that mindset and philosophy.
I don't think this is the right video.
A small waste may.
This is the one. Never mind. This is the one. This is the one I was talking about. Same thing, Mr. Anthony Chaffee.
Hey guys, Dr. Anthony Chaffee here. Just wanted to...
Bro, I want that katana though. Ooh, I've always wanted a nice katana around the house. They're so beautiful. So beautiful.
Video on cholesterol, just cover basically everything you need to know, I think, in the cholesterol debate. I was recently in another debate on the
He talks very quiet, so let me know if it's too quiet for you guys.
The Australian College of Nutritional and Environmental Medicine with two extraordinarily famous cardiologists on my team going against three other very well-renowned. And
so this guy actually goes to cardiological debates and argues on the side of cholesterol being fine.
I just wanted to go over my arguments.
That I do not know, Benny. When I take my next break, I'll actually check that for you. I'll check that. I'll bring the whole thing and we'll check the ingredient list.
We only had 7 minutes, of course, like last time, so I wanted to sort of flesh out a little bit of that as well. But just for people that didn't see the debate, I'm just going to go through my side of the argument on that. Okay.
Extra minerals, dude. Billion. I'm telling you, dude. I have my own tap. We got a 350-foot well at my house. I'm not tied into city water. None of that. I live in the middle of the woods, and there's something about it. You get used to the taste of your own tap water, and oh my God, there's no going back. It's so good. There's always a mineral or something different in it because I go 3 miles up the road to my parents' house and I have their water I grew up on. It tastes like man to me, but I have my own here. Whoo. Oh yeah, a real one, dude. I want a conversation piece, just a nice conversation piece to look good. But yeah, a real katana, my God, I can't even imagine. You're probably talking at least 10 G's easy.
The answer to that is
again, I have no idea on that, but I'm assuming it's quite a bit.
Which studies we trust more and which ones have more or less demerit, as we did in the debate and we do all the time as doctors and as laymen. But I think it comes down to the simple fact that the original studies that showed a correlation but never causation between cholesterol and heart disease and the 1977 USDA recommendations to eat less fat and cholesterol were not only false but fraudulent. Okay, these were bought and paid for by the sugar industry.
Listen to this part. Literally listen to this part coming out. This is about as far as I got into it before, but what he is about to say is one of the craziest and biggest scams I have ever heard, and it is easy fact to look up to.
Sugar Research Foundation, that's now called the Sugar Association. Okay, so that's not up for debate. That's a matter of record. Okay, this is an actual historical event that happened that we have clear documentation of. So cholesterol was never a problem. Okay.
Oh, wait. I think I fucking went past it.
Between cholesterol and heart disease and the 1977 USDA recommendations to eat less fat and cholesterol were not only false but fraudulent. Okay, these were bought and paid for by the sugar industry through the
bought and paid for, documented by the sugar industry, dictated the outcome of the actual standard test for cholesterol and heart disease. I know I can get demonetized for swearing too much on YouTube. What the literal fuck is that? Holy shit. And that is, okay, brilliant, super low. I think that might be, I'm going to see how much I can bump here. That's probably going to bring me up way too high as well. He talks very, very low, so we are pretty close to maxed on volume here. I'm going to bring this one back down a little bit. Let me know. I might be screaming your ear off.
Something called the Sugar
Okay, there we go. That should be better. That should be better.
Sugar Association.
I'll replay that part for you.
Debate, and we do all the time as doctors and as laymen. But I think it comes down to the simple fact that the original studies that showed a correlation but never causation between cholesterol and heart disease and the 1977 USDA recommendations to eat less fat and cholesterol were not only false but fraudulent. Okay, these were bought and paid for by the sugar industry through something called the Sugar Research Foundation, that's now called the Sugar Association. Okay, so
the Sugar Research Association paid off the results to say that cholesterol is bad to get people to eat more sugar. What I said before, and I'll say again, what the literal fuck is that? And that's why I have such a hard time believing all this stuff that comes out, man, because it's, well, this test shows this, and this study shows this. Well, who paid for the test? That's the real question. That's what you really got to know. Scary stuff. Scary stuff.
That's not up for debate. That's a matter of record. Okay, this is an actual historical event that happened that we have clear documentation of. So cholesterol was never a problem. Okay, it was never a marker of disease. It was never a cause of heart disease. Okay, that's really end of story in my book, because this was all predicated on false information. Okay, so heart disease is an inflammatory process driven by, among other things, hyperglycemia, hyperinsulinemia, insulin resistant, peripheral insulin resistance, glycosylation, and oxidation of SDLD.
Glycylation and oxidation is the enemy. There it is, Benny. There it is. You, sir, are right. It's all Ansel Keys and those vegetarians. Dude, I'm telling you, that's why I'm concerned about Ethan, man. Ethan Benyard with this whole veggie thing he's doing for the next little bit. I'm very curious what's going to happen. That's what I'm saying, Billy. And they want to do whatever they do to sell the most of their product. That's all they care about is moving product. It's all just money. It's all just money. They don't give a shit about actual health, what it does to people, what it causes in people. And the correlation between the two, you go and start looking at like the sugar industry, they're getting all these people sick, getting all these people diabetic, getting them obese, getting them just unwell. And then they're just basically, they're making their money and then they're passing them off to the medical and the pharmaceutical field. And then they make their money because they just won themselves a patient for life. Scary stuff, man. Scary, scary stuff. And nothing's being done about it. They talked a big game, but there's not enough happening. I mean, again, I'm not getting political at all on this channel, but like that was the whole argument with RFK going in. We're going to change all this shit. And I haven't seen a goddamn thing yet, sadly.
LDL. And
We're going to start. How did you guys feel? I want to avoid politics at all costs, but I do kind of want to start keeping tabs video-wise and stuff on what's going on with HHS and with all the changes they're doing pharma-wise and research-wise and all this stuff. I'm curious if you guys would be interested in seeing stuff like that. Oh, absolutely, William. They don't want us healthy. They want us sick. We're easier to control. We got to buy their products. They get us hooked on sugar. We got to get their sugar. They get us hooked on meds. And it's all a false shit. It's all a false shit. You know, I'm starting to believe the simplest solution to all this is any food that was invented or came out in the last 100 years, just don't fucking eat.
By carbohydrates and sugar. Fructose in particular. This was shown by
fructose in particular.
Anyone's watched my videos on sugar and so forth. I'm a big fan of his. He's done extremely good work on this subject and others. So he and the biochemistry department at UC San Francisco published clear information about how fructose works in the body and how this causes disease. Okay, he has multiple publications since 2009 when that originally came out. So all the arguments against cholesterol are predicated on this false premise that there was a correlation between cholesterol and heart disease, which there never was. Okay, and
so correct me if I'm wrong. What he's saying here is that everything bad that's coming out about cholesterol is based off this one study still from the 70s. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to do a little sidebar here. I want to ask some AI questions. Oh, actually, I can't do that because I'm going to lose chat. Very interesting. I am going to double check all this stuff tonight. Like I said, it's very interesting hearing all this stuff. But like you said, it's easily documented. So I'm going to double check on everything just to make sure it's fully legit. But
based on a false premise, you have to throw it out and start it again. Okay, so how do we know all this? Okay, well, first of all, there's no high-level evidence showing even a correlation between cholesterol and heart disease, okay? There's never any high-level evidence, okay? More than that, the Journal of American Medical Association published a report in 2015 from the UCSF showing internal documentation from the Sugar Research Foundation talking about how there was evidence, and a ton of evidence in the literature going back to the 40s and 50s, suggesting that sugar caused heart disease. And in their own words, in their own documentation, detailing how they paid off 3 Harvard professors to falsify data and publish fraudulent studies to make it appear.
Fraudulent studies, fraudulent professors teaching fraudulent things to fucking students. No wonder we're in the state we're in health-wise in this country. That's it, but look at the goddamn food pyramid. Look at the fucking food pyramid. It's a joke to this day. It's an absolute joke. That's what I'm saying, man. Anything that came out with food-wise in the last 100 years, just don't even mess with it. You're probably 10 times better off. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane how much fraudulent shit is involved in all this. Paying off professors and then teaching that as doctrine to people to take care of people's health. Like, what the fuck is that? How is that okay, and how is this not punishable? I know, because they can just do the same thing. They pay the professors, they pay to lobby the congressmen and the senators and all this other shit, and it's just one big scam. And who eats shit? Us. Me. Papa Gutsworth right here eats shit because of it.
Here as if cholesterol was causing heart disease, or is at least correlated with heart disease.
Unreal.
And rating sugar, even though sugar was the problem. They call this an empty calorie, okay? So that's where that phrase comes from, okay?
I've heard that before.
It was one of these professors, Professor Mark, who was made.
Yeah, EU's always had a higher standard. Always had a higher standard. Canada, I don't even know what the hell's going on in Canada anymore. Canada is a goddamn shit show. Absolute shit show up there. Horrible IBS my entire life until last year. Knife in the gut cramps. Ooh. Mr. 1K Knights, hello, by the way. I believe it's your first time in here. Welcome. So happy you could stop by today. Cholesterol is insidious, both eyes insidious as fiber. So what is fiber? Were you taking a bunch of fiber and that ended up being your problem? Because I've never been one to go extra on fiber stuff. Oh, IBS though. I've never had IBS. I know people who do have it and suffer from it though, man. It does not sound like a good time. I'm so sorry you have to deal with that. But I do like how you said until last year. Were you able to clear everything up or get it fixed out or sorted out at all?
Head of the USDA after this, and he helped shape an off.
I'm sorry, did I just hear head of the USDA?
It was one of these professors, Professor Mark, who was made head of the USDA after this, and he helped shape and author the 1977 USDA dietary recommendations to significantly reduce saturated fats and cholesterol because it caused heart disease. Okay, this changed the.
Oh, Roser, what's up, brother? What's up, man? It was good talking to you in Discord earlier. And it only made it worse. Yeah, I've heard a lot of negative things about fiber, going heavy on the fiber stuff. I'm happy you got it sorted out by the sound of it, though. Truly hope it works out. This video is actually causing me anguish right now to realize the level of fraudulent system we live in. Blood, defecation, and pain. Awesome. Awesome, brother. I hope it's working. Commented. Sorry, respond to a couple things here. Oh, wifey sent me some hearts. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Midnight. What's going on, Vincey? How are you, brother? How's everything going? How's your day going? How's life? How's the family? Everybody good? That's awesome. You still have your colon, though. That really is. That really is. I'm happy that that didn't get that bad for you. Okay. So, Rosemary, what's so have you completely turned it around with carnivore? Were you able to like clear all the symptoms out completely, or are you still kind of dealing with it a little bit? Again, this video is actually blowing my mind. I have to pause and like take a minute after realizing the level of fraud that goes on behind the USDA. Awesome to hear, Vince. Awesome to hear, man. I'm having a fantastic day myself. Awesome day. We got some pool time in. We got a dry sauna in. Bumped a nice video out. I got to see my life coach at the weight loss clinic today. He was super, super pumped. I'm doing carnivore. Love to see the results. He said he could literally, I haven't seen him in 2 months. He said he could see the difference already, not just weight-wise, but just mentality-wise. I was so much more positive. Last time I saw him was like right when I first started the channel, and I was not doing good back then. Urinary tract. I am very, very lucky, and I knock on wood. I don't have any GI stuff. Urinary tract. I'm very, very lucky with all that. My biggest one is just cartilage. Surprisingly, for someone who got as big as I did and lived this way for as long as I did, I'm very, very lucky. My only problem is joints. Taking a nice stroll right now, man. I'd love to go for a nice walk right now. I wanted to stay in the gym longer, but I kind of misjudged my time for the day, and I went before my appointment. I should have gone after my appointment, but then I wouldn't have been able to stream for you guys. So I'm starting to really enjoy these streams, guys. You guys hanging out is just awesome. It's super, super fun. Some strange reflux and such. So I'm not expecting to clear briefly. My whole life was eating trash. Yeah, I hear you, brother. It's something we're not going to change overnight, but I feel you. I get refluxy in the throat. Like right here, if you're sitting here, I'm going, it's like I still get super reflux in the throat area. But lower stuff, for the GLPs, I do get a lot of cramping and stuff sometimes. But that's awesome. No intestinal distress. I'm awesome. Awesome. That's got to feel so much better for you. So much better. Vince, I'd love to take a nice stroll with you. I'd love to walk. I wanted more gym time today. I ran out of time.
Whoa. All right. So in America, we actually listen. People say, oh, people just don't listen to doctors. They just eat too much fat. No, the problem is that they did listen to doctors and they stopped eating fat. And they started eating more fruits and vegetables and sugar and grains and so forth because they're just empty calories, right? No, they actually cause a significant amount of harm. Cocaine doesn't have any calories at all. So that's just a freebie. Just
He's right. There's no calories in cocaine. Can't say I'd recommend it though.
do as much as you want. Obviously that's not the case. There are things besides calories that affect your body. Okay, so just in America, after the 1977 proclamation that cholesterol caused heart disease and we should stop eating that and saturated fat, the American population, hundreds of millions of people, reduced our fat and cholesterol intake by 30% and reduced red meat by...
I remember that because that was a product of the late 80s, early 90s. I remember that being everywhere. Everything on TV, every commercial, everything was low fat this, low fat that, fat is the devil, cholesterol kills. I remember just seeing that everywhere. Everywhere you looked, everywhere. Can I also just say, God, I miss the 90s, man. I'll tell you what, something I saw the other day is they said they saw The Matrix and they questioned why they made the peak of humanity in 1999. And the further away I get from 1999, I realize I'd sign up to go back tomorrow.
33% because
a lot simpler back then.
Cholesterol, so of course that's the worst, right? Well,
send me back so I can set the perfect away message on AOL Instant Messenger one more time. If you were there, you know.
The best. And we increased our fruits and vegetables by 30 and 40% respectively, increased grains and sugars as well. And what happened? What were the results of this? Okay. Well, first of all, heart disease rates tripled. Okay. And all countries that followed these dietary practices found the same results. And also obesity and heart disease, diabetes, stroke, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, autism, all these things all increased exponentially, as well as autoimmune diseases. Okay. So all these things all increased at the exact same time. But important to this topic, heart disease rates tripled. Okay, so you can't say that cholesterol causes heart disease if you reduce cholesterol.
So this is the current one. This is the most current food pyramid food chart that the USDA is putting out. Primarily vegetables, primarily grains, low protein, tons of fruit, dairy. Good God, why don't just make that whole plate protein? Just make the whole plate protein. We're talking business. Yeah, the fiber push too. Probably like the later 90s. I remember that too. Metamucil and all that stuff. Like stirring it up in the drink and chugging it down. Oh, God, I remember seeing all that. Yeah, it was that. It was like 90. Well, I was born in 86. So I probably gained sentience around 91. That's probably as far back as I can remember. I'm starting to wonder if I kind of soaked up some of that Chernobyl radiation that came across the sea during those times. So I was a few months after that when I was born. But yeah, I remember that being everything back then. I remember that being everything. Every commercial, every food you saw advertised, low fat, skim milk, zero fat, all this stuff, the fiber push. Like, man, remember it like it was yesterday. And here I am eating 120, 130 grams of fat a day, feeling the best I've felt in a very long time. Huh. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
These rates increase. If anything, you say that's protective. And in fact, that's what we're actually seeing in the literature. Okay, so another piece of fraud and misrepresentation was of the Framingham study, which is a large 30 year study.
You want to know my thing with fiber? And it's funny you bring up Fiber One bars because it was Fiber One bars. I ate in one sitting. It wasn't a ton. I was used to grabbing when I was doing the protein bars and stuff. I never noticed I grabbed fiber. And I grabbed 2 of those bars, ate them, and within 24 hours, I had the most violently painful and roughest bowel movement I've ever had. And I said, wait a minute. Something ain't right here. Something ain't right. Hospital. Damn, sent you to the hospital. That's rough, brother. That's rough.
This is one of the cardinal studies in cardiology. Okay, so these results actually were misrepresented by the American Heart Association, which is pretty incredible. Okay, so the original Framingham study actually found that if you dropped your total cholesterol by 1 milligram per deciliter, you actually increase your coronary mortality and total mortality by 11%. Okay, so as your cholesterol went down, your mortality rate went up, and heart disease deaths went up. Okay, that's significant. Okay, but the American Heart Association 2 years later fraudulently claimed that the Framingham study found that a 1% drop in total cholesterol equated to a 2% drop in coronary heart disease risk. Okay, that's academic malpractice. All right, that's fraud. Okay.
Yeah, that's not just you fucked up. That's not just you fucked up. That is purposely, fraudulently ruining people's fucking lives for a dime. And it still continues. This still continues to this day. How many people do you think are fighting on his side versus just shelling out the dough to get their corporation to make as much money as they can? Unbelievable.
Researcher was Ansel Keys. This guy is the guy who came up with the recommended daily allowances, and so he was quite well known. He did something called the 7 Nations study, where they found 7 nations, and as you increase the amount of cholesterol that they had in the population, you also saw this parabolic increase.
Parabolic, man, this guy has a way with words, doesn't he? He's a heart doctor, he's a handsome devil, and my God, he has picturesque speech. I'm downright jealous.
Heart disease as well. So there's look at that. That's conclusive. Well, no, that's a correlation. That's not a causation. And the problem with this is that he had data, full data for 23 countries, not just the 7 that he used. And if you plotted all 23 of those, there isn't even a correlation. It's scattered all over the map. So there.
Oh yeah, Benny. Oh yeah, I'll give you that butt. I'll give you that butt. Dude, me too, man. I truly do on some days, and I think about it, because being full on carnivore is I don't know if it is for you guys, it's a very different being full for me than it was being full of French fries and pizza and Five Guys Borgles and all that stuff. Very, very different feeling. But there's something about it. I mean, it's food addiction for me. There's something about it. I wouldn't be happy until I felt bloated. I mean, I would eat 8, 9, 10 pieces of pizza and not be satisfied. Wifey would bring home a sheet pizza, 2 dozen wings, and like cheese fries, cheese curds, fried cheese curds, whatever she could find. And I would house the wings, 2 dozen wings, the French fries, the curds. I'd have all that in one sitting. I'd probably have 3 to 4 pieces of pizza, and this is like 2, 3 in the afternoon. I'd do that. I'd sit here and play video games for 5 hours. 11 o'clock at night, midnight, I'd go back out. I'd heat up the other 8, 9 pieces of pizza, have that at midnight. Like, I don't know. To me, that was satisfying, I guess. I don't know why to this day. And I knew how bad it was while I was doing it. That's the worst part. I knew what I was doing. To my great shame, I've eaten the point of vomiting more than once. I've been close, brother. I've been close. I've been super close. I mean, I had nights I used to go so hard. I've never been an alcoholic where I've had withdrawals or anything, but in my early 20s, I mean, I was a weapons grade drinker from 20 till about 28. These days, I'm no alcohol now on carnivore, but I mean, even leading up to carnivore the last couple of years, I drink maybe once a month. If I have family in town or something, I'll have a nice bourbon or 2 or some Guinnesses. That's really all I'll do anymore, but many a night did I fill myself. We used to go out to like Denny's and diners. We'd close the bars down, drunker than shit. We'd go out and get food. I would eat until I went and puked in the Denny's bathroom. Now, it's not pure food doing it. That was a mixture of alcohol and whatever else I was putting in my system at the time, and huffing cigarettes down, and then going and drinking pure sugar and just carb after stack of pancakes and French toast and bagels. I remember going to the diner. There's a 24/7 Greek diner near us. We used to go there at 3 in the morning after closing the bars down. Stumbling drunk. I would have a stack of pancakes, French toast. I'd have a plate of sausages. I'd have a bagel with cream cheese. I'd have just the spread of spreads, and I'd eat it, and I'd still want more. I'd just keep going and keep going and keep going. I never had a shut-off switch. And that is one thing I will say. And again, I don't want to just sit out here and advertise it. I am going to make a full video on GLP-1 soon and my experience with them. One thing that changed for me is GLPs let me experience being full, like feel naturally full. For the first little while, it wasn't just like, it's like, oh, okay, that's the GLP. That's why I feel like that. And that's why I feel I just don't have hunger. But after a while, after my body adjusted to it, I actually do feel that feeling of fulfillment now, and it is life-changing. It truly is. My wife will say it. I mean, part of why I felt like shit and gained so much weight last week is because I had cheese. I had cheese curds. I had dairy all through last week. I screwed up. I know that I did. And we go to Aldi's. We get a big thing of cheese curds, like a 12-ouncer. And I would eat the entire bag on the way home. It's like a 20-minute drive. I'd have the entire bag on the way home. And this time, it was the first time I have like 4 pieces. And I go, oh, okay, I'm good. And like, my wife is shocked. My wife is absolutely shocked. Kept me from being addicted to anything else. I was able to pick up cigarettes and drop them within a month. No desire ever again. Same with alcohol, and even went off with cocaine. That's good, brother. That's good. That's all stuff you want to avoid. That's all stuff you want to avoid. Got screwed early and just shut off with the signal station. Yeah, dude, seriously. Seriously, I grew up in that household. I grew up in that early 90s household where if there's food on your plate, you finish it. Because that boomer generation was used to growing up with nothing on the table. I mean, I look at my grandparents, they had nothing back then. And my parents grew up in poor households. So for me growing up, when the late 80s, early 90s, my father was a programmer at IBM. He made amazing money back then. He was able to support 2 kids, stay-at-home mom, a whole house, vacations every year. I mean, that's a whole other story what was robbed from us, the American dream. But they came from a poor upbringing, so it was a household where if we put food on your plate, you finish that plate until it's clean. And I think that just stuck with me. It just stuck with me. I remember, I still have a vague memory from, I don't know, I couldn't have been more than 7 or 8 years old. And I remember having my plate and like licking it clean at the end of dinner to make sure I'd finished my plate enough to go to bed. So it was like kind of like a situation like that. And it's how my parents were brought up to not be wasteful and stuff. I don't blame them for anything. I blame me for doing it, but it's weird. Yeah, seriously, dude. So was I. Like, I was just the bottomless pit. Like, Bill will finish it. It just was. I used to my dairy, dude, I used to drink dairy like water. And I used to go to the fridge and just grab a gallon of milk and just chug half of it in one go. Like, I don't know. I've always had a thing with dairy and cheese. They're just my weak spot. Absolute weak spot. Pizza with like triple cheese on it, dude. I seriously used to do that all the time. It's gross stuff. Gross. In retrospect, you get into carnivore and realize how you're actually supposed to eat. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy how I used to eat. That's super awesome. You never got into smoking or drinking or drugs or any of that stuff. I've been down all those roads. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I got scratchy voice. I was a smoker until very recently. I have, on top of the food stuff and everything else, I'm very concerned because I do have 20 years of smoking cigarettes under my belt, which is done now. It's all done. I have locked that demon in a box and it's never getting out again, but I am concerned. I'm concerned for my throat, the combination of smoking and acid reflux I'm really worried about. Gum disease down the road, I'm super worried about mouth cancer, throat cancer. I'm very, very worried about that stuff. So, Coca-Cola, here's the wildest thing. Is for how big I got, I never drank soda, ever. Never drank soda. Oh, okay, that's a lie. I drank soda if there was alcohol involved. Jack and Cokes, Captain Morgan and Coke, stuff like that. That's the only time I drank soda. If there was booze in it, I was good. But like straight soda, I could never do it. That's my wife's bag. My wife is the soda addict of this household. And she still does. Juice, I used to do a lot of juice. So, I mean, same thing, just pure sugar. You're just drinking pure sugar down. You stay clean of cigarettes for 10 years. That's it. I'm staying clean from here on out. I have not had the willpower to smoke whatsoever. I already feel like it's caused some damage. I'm hoping there's time to heal from it and come back. Hopefully carnivore putting me into a healing state with my body. I hope that's going to be a big, big change for me. But yeah, cigarettes are demons. They're demons, and it was, I don't know what was harder, cigarettes or giving up the food. I really don't, because they went hand in hand. And you hear these stories I tell about how bad I used to eat and binge and do all this stuff, and then you factor in between each one of those bites of food every goddamn 45 minutes I was there smoking a Marlboro on top of it. Like, dude, I abused my body into the ground, and I think that's why, and it just snowballed. I got so depressed with how bad and how fucking shitty I felt over the last few years. It just continued to get worse, because that's the only thing that made me feel anything was eating. It's insane to say that. That's one of the only things that gave me feelings was fucking eating. do this. Oh, I can't stop. Someone can do the same. Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you. Me too. I used to think carnivore. I think the first time I heard of carnivore was it wasn't even called carnivore. You remember that show Parks and Recreation from like, I don't know, back when was it? Probably like 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. Ron Swanson, I'll take all the bacon and eggs you have. That was like the first time I ever heard like a diet right there. So I thought it was just like a joke for burly woodsman diets and stuff like that. And then I started hearing more and more about it over the years, and it was kind of just one of those things. I figured it was like a meathead gym type guy kind of thing, just to get swole, as the youth say, and stuff. But no, and the fact that after all this time and thinking it was horse shit and absolute bullshit, that it ended up being the savior for me. Dude, you're so right. You're so right about that. It's actually scary. It really is. It really, really is. No, it's that bad. I mean, there's times I felt that way earlier. I left the gym earlier. I had a nice big old chunk of salmon before I left for the gym. I went to the gym. I swam. I sauntered. I went to my weight loss appointment. And I said, I'm going home to stream and talk about losing more weight and eat some more awesome food later for carnivore. Some point on the ride home today, I'm just like, man, I'm actually depressed. I can't just go get a ton of pizza and go home and chill and play video games right now. Like, dude, it's hard. I fight it every day. Every day there's at least one point in the day where it pops up like, oh, I could just be eating pizza and french fries right now and having the time of my life. But the thing is, you do it and you cave and you realize within one bite that you fucked up. It's the same with cigarettes. I would always quit cigarettes. I'd make it 5, 6, 7 months, no cigarettes, and be fine. And then I just get that craving. I get that random, I gotta have it. Cigarette's gonna be so good. And I'd go and I'd fight myself and tell myself no the whole drive to the gas station. I'd get the cigarettes. I'd come home. I'd stare at them the whole ride home saying, don't do it. I'd get home. I'd pack those bad boys up. I'd pull one out, I would light it up, and that first drag of that cigarette, the first thing I said every time is, why the fuck did I do this? First drag. Every single time. Guess what, though? I have a bad problem with video games. You want to talk bad with video games? You want to see something? I'm going to show you this. There's a video game called Destiny 2. There's a video game called Destiny 2, and I am about to show you something. This is the website Time Wasted on Destiny. It shows your exact hours in game, and this is a number you're probably not ready to see. There you go. 9,902 hours. Just under. I am 97 hours and change away from 10,000 hours in Destiny 2. No shit, you're actually playing Destiny right now? Or are you saying you have an addiction to gaming, or are you actually playing Destiny right now? I'm going to laugh if you're playing Destiny. No, I uninstalled this game several months ago, and I will never touch it again. But I was that close to 10,000 hours. And that's one game. I also play Warframe on top of that. And Warframe, I probably have 6,500. So there's close to, probably close to 17,000 hours between two video games in the last 10 years. Just not Destiny. Good. Stay away from Destiny. It'll only ruin your life. Terrible game. Used to be the best game ever made, but it is absolute garbage now. It is not even worth touching that. Warframe's still really good. What type of games you play? What's your big ones you're into? See, I have not been playing much. I've been doing a little Red Dead Redemption. I've been playing Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. If you have not tried Expedition 33, I could not recommend a game more. Do competitive things? Yeah, see, me too. I was always competitive PvP guy in the games. Getting old, getting slow. I can't keep up with the use anymore in the PvP stuff, and especially with the amount of cheating that goes on in games now. It's just utterly ridiculous how many cheaters there are out there. So I kind of lean more into just like the solo games and like player versus enemy games and stuff like that. But again, if you're really into games, check this out. I'm telling you, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is the best game I've played in 20 years. Best game I played in 20 years, and I was in line to buy GoldenEye and Nintendo 64 when it came up. Hardcore PvP MMOs, so like World of Warcraft, Diablo, stuff like that. I have definitely played some Diablo in my day. I've definitely played some Diablo. Great. I'll get some reps in and we'll get back to this video. Oh, I will indeed. I will indeed. Just want my life back. I want to get about can't talk today. I'm getting hungry. I can't word anymore. Stream's dying right now. Everybody disappeared on us. No MMOs you wouldn't have heard of? Gotcha. Yeah, I never really got into the MMO. I mean, Destiny's fairly close. It's a wannabe MMO. Warframe's really good. PAX Die, yeah, I've never heard of it before. Basically, what you see on screen is about what I play. Except Halo Infinite, that's there as a joke. I never play Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite sucks. But Clair Obscur, I'm telling you, like, even if you don't like that type of game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, again, is the best thing I've played in 20 years. Story, gameplay, the fights, the bosses, the fucking music. Oh, I can sit here and listen to the soundtrack of that game and be content. If I wasn't for sure if it was copyrighted, I'd play some now. Jump 20% over the last year. That's awesome. What do you do, like aim trainers and stuff like that? Is that how you're gauging that? That's an awesome bump, though. That is a crazy bump. Six. Yeah, I hear you, brother. I'm fighting to get back to work myself. That's a large part of what I'm doing right now. Me and wifey got a little arrangement. I'm good for the next 6 months or so. My plan is to try and make it on YouTube and make some money doing this weight loss stuff. And if that doesn't take off, then I'll go back to work in 6 months. But she gave me 6 months to get my life back on track, and she's providing for us. She is an amazing woman, and I'm incredibly lucky to have her. Incredibly lucky to have her. I'm also incredibly lucky she's a nurse and knows how to take care of my shit. Reaction timers. Okay, the click react ones. I know what you're talking about. I've seen those before. At least on stream, if I use this thing, usually it looks like you're jerking off trying to use this thing. Ugh. Like if you're turned away from someone and you're doing this arm thing, it doesn't look good. I keep it turned toward camera and no one thinks I'm cranking on the old peebus. Mac Warrior about war robots and first-person shooters. Oh my god. Well, I'm talking about first-person shooter Destiny. It's not a great first-person shooter. Trying to think, what FPS did I play? We talking? You a Call of Duty head, Benny? Don't tell me you're a Call of Duty head. Battlefield, stuff like that, or you play other type stuff? I did like Battlefield. The new Battlefield when it came out, I played the beta for that, and it was super fun, but there's just already so many cheaters in that game. I would not be adverse to getting some FPS stuff going on stream, though. I really wouldn't. $50, yes, sir. My God, we lost a large chunk of the viewer base. Where did everybody go? Everybody's probably making dinner. I want to make some dinner. Oh. You could not pay me to go back to a Call of Duty. You could not pay me to go back to Call of Duty. I played so much Call of Duty back in the OG days, early Black Ops days, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. Oh, I remember. The Hunt Showdown. I have heard of the Hunt Showdown, but I have not played it. I've 100% heard the name before. War robots. I got Star Wars Battlefront. I do play that every now and then. Not frequently, but every now and then I do. Which Battlefront is essentially just the Star Wars version of Battlefield. Ooh, these reps are hurting today. Oh, here we go. Set number 2. I owe you guys 2 more sets on those. Some robots. All right, what are we doing? We're going to get this video going again. I do want to see some more of this. Whoops.
Isn't even a correlation. They've known this for 60 years now. There's no correlation between increased cholesterol and heart disease. Okay, and it turns out that he was actually a paid shill by the sugar industry as well. He's bought and paid for. This is a matter of record. Okay, there's clear documentation of this. This goes on and on. I mean, there's obviously industrial research that goes on, and these companies have a vested interest in protecting their product and so forth. And sometimes these
a vested interest. I need to crack my back.
But at the same time,
Coca-Cola, I was hoping today was going to be the first kick chatter we've had, but it's not looking like it.
Say that sugary drinks don't cause weight gain. So,
sugary drinks don't cause weight gain. I would like to fist fight whoever said that. I would not win because I have very bad joints, but I would like to have in a good fashion Donnybrook with that person.
You have to look at where the money's coming from. And the problem with these things is that they never disclose where the money was coming from. So again, that's another piece of fraud, because these professors...
Yeah, if you got tests performing or basically outlining what is the healthy way for the people of your country to eat, and you're not disclosing who the people are that paid for this study, yeah, there's a big problem there. There's a very large issue there. Huge issue.
Academics are supposed to, or required to say where they're getting funding from, and if they have any financial interests and so forth. These guys are being paid. They need to disclose that. Okay, that's fraud to not disclose that. Okay. So more recently, we have had studies with 100.
Ruh-roh, I might have crashed. Ruh-roh. Oh, the internet's out, isn't it?
140.
No, it's not. I still have internet. Ruh-roh. Alright, so we're going. Yeah, let me know if you guys can still see me. I just had a big old seize up here on the stream end. I don't know if stream is still running or not. There's something about Restream. Like, I can see myself live in OBS, but when I look at the Restream website, try reloading the page. Reload. There we go. Oops, something went wrong. We're looking fully crashed here. Most unfortunate. It's still showing us streaming. Still can, no issues here. Okay, all right. I think it's just Restream messing up on me a little bit here. I'm trying to look. I am so damn hungry. I almost want to take you guys out in the kitchen and cook. I don't know if I got a way. I don't know if I have a way I can see the chat, though, is the problem. So let me see. How'd you guys feel about that? We would have made some lamb burgers and eggs right now because, my God, I am starving. All I had was, I think I had 260 grams of salmon earlier, and I had like 3 eggs with it. So I'm probably only sitting around. Actually, I can tell you precisely what I'm sitting at because of the magic of logging your meals. Absolute beautiful practice. Beautiful practice. If you guys don't log, I would highly, highly recommend it. I log every single thing I eat every single day. Yeah, so I am at a whopping 600 calories for the day right now. So I have a whole lot of lamb and a burger. Actually, no, not that much. I need probably 2 lamb burgers and like 3 or 4 eggs. I'll be good for the day. Dude, degenerate desk kitchen hours. I love that. Dude, I do want to do, like, down the road, I'd love to do some cooking streams with you guys, like meal prep streams. I go out and get like a whole like 20-pound chuck roll and we'll butcher it on stream and stuff. I just need a way to be out in the kitchen and actually have chat so I can see what you guys are saying. So I'm looking right now if I can just go through YouTube on my other phone, because my camera's portable. I can get the camera out there, no problem, as long as the battery stays up. Oops. Oh, Bucky, I never responded to Bucky's comment. Crying shame. Let's see. Don't need that. Live. Can I be in? Nah, see, I can't actually be in my stream on the phone through my account. So, unfortunately, as of now, the cooking streams are out. But we are going to figure that out in the future. I very much would love to cook for you guys on stream. I'm starting to see, I think, tell me this one too. Is this another thing you've had that you just hated cooking your whole life? I have always abhorred cooking. 20 loud brisket. I have to stay outside. He was outside for 19 and a half hours tending to the apple wood to make sure the smoker was perfectly on point. You got that good brisket down there too. You're down in Texas. God, I miss living in Texas. I miss living in Texas. It's actually, we all have that one big life decision that we regret making, and mine was leaving Austin. 2640, god damn, that sounds good. See, I'm back on, today was my first dose of the GLP-1 again. I was off my GLP for like 11 days because I ran out and I needed to see the doctor. But today was my actual injection for the GLP. I'm sure you saw it earlier. I did it in the video. I actually did my injection right in the video. So my appetite, very low. Again, I have to do this dosage for 4 weeks and then we're going to stage it down more. But man... But I know myself. I'm going to go too low on the GLP. I'm going to start eating way too goddamn much. I got to find that perfect balance. Unsure business, Cuban ground beef. Oh, it doesn't surprise me, dude. Texas meats. Oh my God, dude. There was, I remember it kind of sounded like, again, I'm not trying to dox you or you tell me where you live or anything, but you sounded like you were East Texas. You definitely sound like you're over like Beaumont Way, somewhere in there. I don't know if you've ever made it up to Austin, one of my favorite spots. Salt Lake, Austin, Texas. This place right here was one of my absolute favorite places to go in Austin. This is the Salt Lick. Locations. Round Rock. Oh, have pictures. They don't even have pictures. What are we doing? Round Rock. Salt Lick. Ooh. Oh, you want to see the promised land? Look at that picture. Oh, I'm right in the way. Oops. Yeah, look at that picture right there. That is what was in there. As soon as you walked in the restaurant, that was what was just staring you down. Pinewood's guy, but not Beaumont. Gotcha. Yeah, I remember. Beaumont was kind of a sketchy little town. That main drag through Beaumont. I remember staying in a hotel there, man. It was a weird little place. Hell of a Mexican restaurant. I can't remember the name of it, but I think Beaumont. I only worked in Beaumont for probably 2 or 3 weeks. I spent a lot of time in Louisiana, though. All over Louisiana. I was Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Breaux Bridge. You ever been to Crazy About Crawfish on the I-10 in Breaux Bridge? Dude, awesome place. Awesome place. Lake Charles. I've been to that riverboat casino on Lake Charles many, many times. I also like gambling on top of everything else I shoved into my body. So I've been there. I worked Alexandria. I was in Shreveport. Man, I have seen everywhere there is to see in that state. I've probably been more places in Louisiana than I have in Pennsylvania. I was born and raised up here. Yep. Yeah, Beaumont's a shithole, dude. I was trying to be nice, but okay. Now that I know you're on board, I will say it. Beaumont's a fucking shithole. We literally stayed right in the main drag of town, right in the main drag where all the hotels were doing. Like, there's literally hookers knocking on your door at night, like 3 a.m. You look through your peephole, and there's like 3 hookers outside your door. Like, let us in. Like, dude, get the fuck away from me. I may have gotten super fat. I may have smoked cigarettes. I may have enjoyed drugs. I may like gambling. But I got through life without getting AIDS, and I'm going to keep it that way. Oh, yeah, Benny, I'll tell you, that is literal carnivore heaven. That place is just amazing. It's so, so good. I just want to walk in there right now and say, yeah, give me one of everything on that menu. Just give me one of everything. I've been a lot of places in Texas, too. I worked Houston. I've been down to Galveston. Beaumont. I've been to Texarkana. Texarkana was a little sketchy, too. Texarkana I've been to. I lived in Austin. I worked Waco. I worked up in Dallas, Fort Worth. Midland, I've been out Odessa, Midland. All they give 2 shits about out there is football. That movie was no joke. Friday Night Lights, I thought it was just a movie saying, oh yeah, Texas loves football. No, that's literally life out there. Odessa, Midland, they do not give a shit except anything about drilling oil and football. That's it. The only back home is gives me his property, and I'll also make my future there somehow. I hear you, brother. I hear you. That's awesome. I'm super cool. You're going to go and tend to him for his final years, too. Or I don't want to say final years, but if he's getting there and getting up there in age. My parents are there, too. My parents are about to be hitting their 70s soon. And that's another large thing for me wanting to get my health back. I feel like I should be there a lot more to help my parents. A big thing for me recently, my dad just redid his house. New siding, new roof, and it's like I live a couple miles away, and I couldn't help him do it because my knees are so shot. That's something that's going to be really hard for me to live down for the next few years, but... Yeah, no, that's it. It's basically the beachfront and spring break in Galveston. That's really it. It's kind of just nasty down there, too. San Antonio's nice. I really like San Antonio. The Riverwalk and stuff, that was always gorgeous down there. It's one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to get down there and see the Alamo, but I never did. I never got the chance to go see it. A lot of cool spots. Central Texas is fun, though. Austin, I always had a blast. I always had a blast in Austin. The problem was I lived in the coolest part of Texas in my mind, and I worked everywhere else, so I was home a week out of the month to actually see Austin and do stuff there. But very interesting place. Oklahoma, I've been all over Oklahoma, too. I have been all over Oklahoma, except Oklahoma City. Never been to Oklahoma City. Trying to think where else I went down there. Louisiana, I was in Mississippi a little bit. Yeah, San Antonio's great, man. That Riverwalk and stuff is so cool. What's the name of that water park? What's the water park between Austin and San Antonio? Oh, what is it? Schlitterbahn. Have you ever been to Schlitterbahn, dude? That place was awesome. I did all the pools and wave pools and stuff. I was already big enough back then. I didn't trust my ass not getting stuck in a water slide. Yeah, Austin's kind of turning into, again, not to be a political guy, and I never want to bring politics in here, but it's turned into a liberal fucking hellhole in Austin. I got a lot of the guys I worked with down there still live there, man. They're telling me it's starting to get interesting. The other thing, too, is it's literally just turning into California East. Like, everyone from Cali and New York starting to move to Austin. It, became the new headquarters. Gaming, too. That's like the gaming capital of the world right now, too, because no income tax or no state tax for Texas. All the big streamers are out of Austin now. I'll tell you what, the population, too. When I lived in Austin, I'm curious now. Austin, Tex Pop 2009. Yeah, so when I lived there in 2009, it was 750,000 people. Yeah. In the last 15 years, the city has over tripled. It has over tripled. Literally, 2009 to 2011, I was there. 750,000 people, 2.3 million now. 2.3 million. And it's all people coming from California and New York that don't want to live there anymore. It became like the New Haven. And guess what? You're going to have to find a New Haven. You know what one of my favorite places is in the world? And no one ever talks about it. No one spends much time there. But the city itself, I don't know too much about. I never spent time there, but the area around it, Knoxville, Tennessee. Eastern Tennessee, Knoxville, like east of Nashville a little bit. Dude, absolutely gorgeous there. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, they did, Benny. Seriously, like they're running away from the shit environment they made for themselves, yet going somewhere that is amazing and bringing that same mentality and same shit there and turning it into the exact same thing, which sucks because Austin truly was a special city. It truly was a special city. I saw the amount of construction downtown of skyscrapers. I saw a view of the skyline from a friend a while back. I don't even recognize the city anymore. It's blown up that fast. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. %49%. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. I can't believe it's that low. That's crazy. It's you guys in Florida. Everyone's running to Texas and Florida right now. If I was going to run from Pennsylvania, I'll tell you what, I'd probably end up in Louisiana, like Lafayette area, between Lafayette, Lake Charles, somewhere out there. Them swamp people are very, very nice. Very, very nice. Some of the most warm-hearted people I've ever had the experience of meeting in my life. Jesus Christ, I'm first generation. That's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. I wonder if DFW's population's growing like that. Oh, hello, Caps Lock. Oh, Dallas Fort Worth is fucking even worse. DFW's gone up just under 3 million in the same period of time. It's the highest growth in the country. No, we're just talking shit on Texas. Dude, no, Pennsylvania. I'm never running for Pennsylvania. This place is a fucking amazing place, dude. I'm telling you. I live in the middle of nowhere. I fucking love it. I have like the perfect situation right now. I live in the absolute middle of nowhere. I have a city of like 40,000 people, like a 30-minute drive away. So anytime I need a big grocery shop or anything, yeah, it's an hour round trip. I have a little Dollar General like 4 miles away if I need anything in a pinch. Quiet, dude. I know everyone here. I live in the town I grew up in, which is funny because all you want to do when you're growing up is get away from the town you grew up in. And I laugh because I ended up back here. But dude, it's a town of 1,200 people. I know every single person here on a first name basis. I know the entire town. There's no one to avoid. You know what crime is here? You know what crime is where I live? It's garbage night. I just put my garbage outside and there's a crow across the street that gets into my garbage at night. That's literally what crime is. 6.5 in Greater Houston. Oh my God, dude. It's dude, every city there's like close to tripled, if not more, since I was down there. Good God. That H on the bottom of the map. I don't even remember what rapper that was. There is one rap song I love from the Houston metro area. It's Fat Pat. Tops Drop. Tops Drop by Fat Pat. I don't know why. I absolutely love that song. I love that song. But yeah, it's probably the only good thing to come out of Houston. Wait, isn't there a ton of NASA stuff? Space Command and all that stuff, isn't that still based out of Houston? I always wanted to see a launch. Wemby fan. We're at the basketball again. Just Kobe picked a way to exit for sure. Sorry. No, I'll tell you what. I've never been huge into sports. I played baseball. I was a baseball player my entire high school career. I don't know. I was just never into watching sports. But if I was going to pick one, it'd be college basketball. I would definitely pick college basketball. I don't know if I can watch games or not. There's no way you can watch games on stream for college basketball. There's so many copyrights on that shit. But I'd be super interested in getting into ball again. Lacey, south of Houston. Gotcha. I kind of figured it's probably its own thing. Look at me just floating around in the middle of the screen here. Actually, Bucky, I'm pretty sure when you were here, we were still watching this video. We made it a whopping 9 minutes into the video. We got real sidetracked.
That had heart attacks in the U.S. and showed that half of
We got
them
nice and
had low
sidetracked.
LDL cholesterol. Okay, so if cholesterol is just the direct cause of heart disease, why is it that half the people that have heart attacks have low cholesterol and half have high cholesterol? Again, that's not even a
Causation isn't correlation. Very simple. Very simple.
correlation. Okay, there's not even like 60-40. Oh, there's a slight increase. No. It's dead even. Okay, it just not connected. Okay, there's another study that had the same sort of findings with
Webster, still nice. That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Found again 50.
I'll tell you what, there's one thing, one of my big bucket list items, I want to watch a space launch. The Bass Pro, oh hell yeah. Dude, Bass Pro Shop is such a fun trip. I think the closest one to me up here is like a 3.5 hour drive. They just don't exist up here. We used to have a Cabela's. Actually, do we have a Cabela's? No, I don't even think there's a Cabela's anymore. I think the nearest Cabela's, I want to say there's a Cabela's in Syracuse, New York, maybe. And I think I'm like an hour and a half from Syracuse, roughly. I have to check. Dude, Bass Pro Shop was always such a fun trip. I used to love going when I lived down south. It's not perfection. Man, we were bombing on all the videos this week. God damn. Oh, okay, never mind. There's that. Yeah, no, we're... Whew. Oh, I bet, dude. I remember the one I used to go to. I can't remember where the hell it was. It's Texas somewhere, but they had the alligator gar in the fish tank. Dude, those things are the most menacing looking fish I've ever seen in my life. Oh, they're all Bass Pro, so Cabela's not even a thing anymore. Gotcha. Bass Pro Shop. Okay, there is a Bass Pro. Yeah, there's one up by Syracuse. So yeah, the closest Bass Pro to me is now an hour and a half away then. Still not bad. Let's go check it out sometime. Lith Fisher. That's where I stayed. Was a Bass Pro Shop. I was doing my garage sales and a few free parking lot camping areas. That's awesome. Yeah, isn't that like the thing? Bass Pro Shops and stuff. You're allowed to like park a camper there for free. They like always have it open for people on campers or cross country trips. I can't remember if it was either them or Walmart. I can never remember which one. You know, I was never the biggest Walmart guy, but I'll tell you what. I'm going to level with you. I'm going to tell you what. I think a small part of this country died when Walmart stopped being 24/7. Let me know if you agree with that. I think we lost something special in this country. The 3 a.m. Walmart trip once a month or so is a very sacred thing. It was a very sacred thing. But it just sucks. It's that whole COVID thing just screwed everything up, dude. You kidding me? I remember being like 18, 19 doing that 3 a.m. Walmart trip for a bag of M&Ms or a new video game to play. Dude, there's none where I am. There's no such thing as a 24-hour Walmart anymore. None. None. All since COVID. As soon as COVID hit, that was completely gone. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I mean, Walmart's doing good. I don't know how Walmart's staying in business, man. They got to be having a harder and harder time. Oh, dude, 24-hour Walmart was the shit. It was worth it. Even if you didn't need anything, it was worth it just to go for the people watching aspect. Some of the people, not to be mean, I'd say the critters I'd run into at Walmart at the 3 a.m. trips, oh my God. I remember finding a guy running, he was literally the little planted trees they have in the parking lot, like every, I don't know, 20, 30 spots or so, they got like the little planted bush tree right there. There was a guy one time I went there like, I don't know, 2, 3 in the morning. There's a guy with a metal detector rimming around them things. I'm like, brother, you were only going to find dirty needles, dude. I don't know what you're doing here. Yeah, dude, guy, I don't think 24 hours exist anymore. There still a 24-hour Walmart. There are no longer any 24-hour Walmarts in the United States. Oh my God. Now operate with reduced hours, typically from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. to help employees restock and clean. Good God. What's that for cleaning and stocking? Change them. This is described as temporary. They said it was temporary, but now they're now saying there's no plans to return to the 24-hour operations. Man, that hurts. I thought this was America. Unfortunate, man. Truly unfortunate.
Split in high and low cholesterol.
High and low cholesterol. All right, I'm going to throw some jams on for you. I'm going to grab some water. I'm going to let the dog out quick. I will be back in 2-3 minutes. Hopefully that's not deafeningly loud. Like I said, I adjusted the volume for the other thing there, but I will be right back. The HEB crown. Oh, give me that shit. I used to love HEB. Nothing but food. Turns out we tons of 24-hour quick trips. Hell yeah. Buc-ee's. There's still got to be Buc-ee's out there 24/7 too. Buc-ee's. We love Buc-ee's. I'm pretty sure Buc-ee's is in the Bible. Hey, puppy. All right, we're going to keep the jams going. We're going to get another set of reps and revelations, boys. Yes, sir. Oh, hell yeah. Gotten better. How could it even get better? It was already the absolute shit. I just lived there when I was in town, man. Oh, dude, I miss HEB. Here everything's better, baby. Here everything's better. And they are right. Everything they had was so good. Their delis and shit. Actually, you know what the equivalent is to an HEB up here that we have? Wegmans. I don't know if you've ever heard of Wegmans. Oh, baby. Wegmans is basically HEB North to a degree. Not as good, but still super, super good. Oh, I need to straighten my back out. There we go. What could HEB even improve? I'll tell you, I'm really starting to have a passion for Aldi's. I'm really digging Aldi's these days. Yeah, that's good, man. I remember they always used to take care of their employees pretty good. That's one thing I will say about Aldi's, too. My buddy's wife manages an Aldi's location, dude. The benefits she gets installed, she gets extremely good pay. Aldi's is amazing at taking care of their employees. Pork discs, good things, dude. Aldi's has so much good shit. So much. Beef. Yep. Yeah, no, Aldi's is really good, brother. Really, really good. All their stuff's really high quality, too. I never thought it was back in the day. Like, all their off-brand stuff is such good quality. Oh, this thing's burning tonight after that pool. We're getting the old sizzle. Nine. 15. Let's go. Woo! 3 sets, 3 sets, 3 sets, 3 sets. The Oktoberfest season, import the German stuff. I choose those herring fillets. Dude, I'll tell you what, I don't know if I can ever do herring. My dad used to eat pickled herring by the handful when I was growing up, and just something about the smell of that stuff. I mean, absolutely more power to you if you can stomach it, but man, I absolutely cannot. I absolutely cannot. Well, very nice. Victory Whispers, always an absolutely nice person. Check out Victory Whispers if you guys get a chance. If you're on X at all, Victory Whispers runs a blog. Amazing writer. I'm not into blogs, reading that stuff, but Carnivore, amazing writer. How to deal with depression and meditate and just, I don't know, really, really good writing. Really, really good writing. So what's your guys feeling on Thanksgiving? You guys doing a little cheat sheet for Thanksgiving, or are you gonna stay true? Because I'm going to be, at Thanksgiving, I should just be coming up on my 60 days. And I think I'm going to do a little eating some good stuff for For Thanksgiving, I got a big family deal. There's going to be some bourbon. There's going to be some mashed potatoes. I think we're going to do that, and then we're going into Lion after that. So, kind of feel like a hurrah before we do the big deal.
And these guys still said, "Oh, but you need to get your cholesterol lower." And so, at 3 years follow-up, the study showed that those who still had low cholesterol had 2 times the death rate of those who had high cholesterol, the bad cholesterol. So again, this is making it look like cholesterol is actually protective and it's actually good for you. And in fact, it is. Okay, this is a vital component in your body. Okay. So again,
threw you off. Yeah, so that's my concern is I get all this progress and then I kind of fuck it up. But my reasoning is going into it that I get the mental state. I get to have fun for a night. I get to drink some booze, hang out with the boys, the families, the cousins, all that stuff. And then on Monday, start full Lion, just go in heads first. So we'll see. But there's a couple other people that said the same thing. They did Thanksgiving or Christmas cheats, and it really screwed up everything they had going on. So I'm still up in the air about it, but man, it's getting hard to fight.
There was never a correlation. And in fact, there's an inverse relationship between heart disease and total mortality, infection rates, cancer rates, and LDL cholesterol. Okay, so as Richard Feynman, the physicist, said, if it doesn't matter how brilliant your theory is, and it doesn't matter how smart you are.
Come here, pup. Come here. You want to jump up here? Come on.
Okay, so we did this experiment.
Come here. You can come say hello to everyone. Come on.
America and now billions of people around the world. And
Come
it's wrong. Okay, heart disease rates will go up if you drop cholesterol. Okay, so got to start from scratch. So starting from scratch, what really causes heart disease? Well, it's complex.
Wow, there's my boy.
It's an inflammatory disease process that is in part caused by sugar molecules binding.
Shit, the next day, just ride that. Yeah, I hear you.
LDL,
look who came to say hello.
Okay, these are different.
Look who came to say hello. We got Mr. Kenworth. I was wondering if he was going to poke around at all. Sometimes he likes to come say hello. Sometimes he doesn't. You're such a good pup. You're such a good pupper. America's dog. Come here. There you go. There you go. Get cozy.
They respond differently.
He is America's hound.
Okay? And these are actually metabolites of fructose.
You're such a good pup.
Okay, so if you're not
You're such a good pup.
drinking alcohol, you're in much better shape anyway. Okay, so when sugar binds these things, it's called glycosylation or glycation. So the glucose molecules physically.
There we go.
And make these things.
You're such a baba. You're such a baba.
And fructose actually has a much higher glycation rate. Okay, so again, fructose is a nasty actor in this whole
fructose.
Process, okay?
We do not like fructose around here. Dude, this whole thing is literally just spinning everything they say that cholesterol does. All the negative sides of it is literally just turning into, no, that's just sugar that does all that. That is just sugar. Hey, Papa. Hey, Papa. You want to get down? Come here. Come here. Come here. There we go. Well, do you want up or down? Up or down? You got to make up your mind. You got to make up your mind. You got to make up your mind. Want to go back in your chair? Come here. Come here. Wow. All right, well, we got some puppy. We got some puppy in there.
So when they bind to this, they knock out the receptors.
Oh, I got the Darth Vader PC going on right now. Hell yeah.
Okay, that's the ApoB100 receptor, okay? When this gets knocked out, and there's only one, so you lose that, that's it. The only thing that can take it up are your macrophages, the scavenger receptors on your macrophages. And they just keep sucking these things up because they have an unlimited supply unlimited capacity to take these things up, and they form these giant foam cells. Okay, there's more than that. Damage to your arterial walls, and then these actually, will invaginate into that defect. Okay. And then form an atherosclerotic plaque. Okay, so if you don't have damage to the tissue, you don't have damage to the interior line.
So I guess that's my other big question. If cholesterol is not the culprit here, where's the plaque buildup coming from? Is that just sugar? Is that just sugar doing that? So I guess that's the thing. I'm more worried about just clogged arteries and stuff. And if that's not cholesterol, what does cause that then? I'm very curious.
Lining of the vessel. It doesn't really matter what else is going on because it's not going to be able to get in there and cause a plaque. Okay, so again, this is part of a larger disease process. Okay, but again, this is a large disease process. It's not simple as cholesterol in, heart disease out. Okay, and that's the point. So high blood sugar will increase this reaction, okay? And fructose does this even more, as I said. So
Yep.
this is why
Well, that's the thing. It's not even, to me, see, the thing you start realizing after a while is there's success. You're going to get to your benchmark. You're going to get to your weight. You're going to get to where you want to be. But it's never over. There's never a finish line. There's your goals. There's where you want to get. There's where you want to be. And that's a milestone you're going to pass. Pause the great people. But that's it. It's you're going to pass these milestones, but there's never a finish line doing this for either of us, for any of us that are in here that are doing this right now. There's no finish line, because when you get to where you want to be, weight wise, body wise, you get there. Well, guess what? You got to maintain that now. There is no finish line. That's the biggest thing. It took me a long time to realize. Because, I mean, I felt that way for so long. Oh, when I finish the diet, I can just eat how I want again. It'll be fantastic. Well, that's never going to happen. You got to get there. You got to maintain, and you got to do it. It's going to be a continual thing for the rest of life. But you're right. There's a lot of time to work on. There's a lot of time to fine tune to everything else. But it's one thing it took me a long time to realize: there is no finish line in this game. High turbulence areas in your arteries. Okay. All right. I guess that's my big thing. Just the one thing that freaks me out cholesterol-wise is just plugged up arteries and stuff. My dad's dealing with that right now. His carotid was 90% blocked, and they actually had to go in and flay his artery open and scrape it clean last year. He almost died. It was supposed to be a 2-hour surgery. They're in for 6.5 hours because he was bleeding out so hard. Managed to save him, but scares the hell out of me right now. Fat and causes non-alcohol stress is the liver. The glucose makes things breathe and sharpen the glycates, and the turbulence leaving the heart cuts the arteries. Gotcha. Yeah, plaque and buildup and plugged arteries, that's just my biggest concern. And like all the mainstream research says, it's all cholesterol that does it. So,
diabetics have a much higher rate of heart disease, okay? Because their blood sugar is always really high. They have peripheral insulin resistance.
Yeah, that's it. You got to deal with the root causes too, which high blood pressure. I will tell you what, though, my another fun thing I've been tracking, let me move this, is I have my handy dandy little book that my wife got me, and I can track my daily stats in here every single day. I got an outline of my body, everything. I'm tracking my pain levels, but I'm tracking my blood pressure. So starting carnivore, I was around, no, this was like 2 weeks ago. I started a new book. So even 2 weeks ago, I was sitting around 140, 142 over like high 80s. The last couple days here it is, like a week later, I'm in 130 over high 80s. And here we are this week. 130 over 78, 128 over 80, a 126 over 78 the last 3 days. It's coming back into them good numbers. We're getting there. Now, the thing is, I'm still on 2 blood pressure medications. So as much as it sounds like a celebration, I'm getting back to where my medications are doing what they're supposed to do. So I'm not at the point of reducing them yet. Once I get down to that mark, I see like 110 over like 75, then okay, that's time. I'll go into my doctor and maybe they'll remove the water pill I'm on or something like that. That's also another thing I don't take into account with my weight fluctuations is I am on a water pill prescription-wise for high blood pressure. So study, yeah, that's amazing. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect.
Into this, okay? So cholesterol is involved.
I'm waiting for mine. I'm waiting for mine to get just a little bit lower, and then I'll start removing the medications, I think. But I don't want to hit that perfect number and go, get rid of the medications. The next thing you know, I'm back up like 150 over 90 again or something. There was a point they tested me for, they tested my blood pressure to renew my CDL license at one point at the medical examiner. I was 165 over 98 at one point. Just seems to stay steady. Yeah, I very much want to get off the blood pressure medication. Very, very much. You ever notice how you read the side effects of blood pressure medication for high blood pressure, and the side effect is can potentially raise blood pressure? Interesting stuff.
Sugar and carbohydrates are the actual driving factor here in this inflammatory process. And it's only certain types of cholesterol, again,
sugar,
dense lipoproteins that are really causing a problem. And these, again, are metabolites of fructose and alcohol, okay? Because as I mentioned in other things, as Lustig shows, fructose is metabolized into the same byproducts.
Every third day. Okay, so alcohol. you just tapered off of them. Then that's the best way to do it. I've always been one, no matter what the medication is, unless it's like an antibiotic on or something. I've never been one for just stopping medication. You really want to taper off stuff, especially blood pressure stuff, especially antidepressant stuff. You never just want to cold turkey quit taking that stuff. And I'm on a lot of antidepressants. I'm on a lot. Actually, I don't think I'm on an SSRI, but I'm on 3 depression medications and then one more on top of that for anxiety. I start having panic attacks. I take these during the day. I don't have to take them often, though, luckily. We're getting better.
All is okay, so you get the same disease processes as you do.
Pantoprazole, brother, I would love to ditch it. I do 1 pantoprazole in the morning, a 40 milligram, then I do a famotidine at night, too. I'm still 2 pills for reflux. Okay, so you're just raw dogging it. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's not really doing a whole lot for me either, so I don't know. I just want to be rid of most of these medications, but I want to get to a little bit better of a point. I want to get my 3 months of lie-in, see where I am, then start reassessing medications from there. But I'm getting hopeful. I'm getting really, really hopeful, especially the antidepressant stuff. I would love to start coming off of those. Antidepressants, man, you start forgetting who you are after a while. Like, I feel like I'm not even myself on all these antidepressant and anxiety medications. It's rough. But it's also one of the things I can't just quit taking them. It's when you go crazy and do stupid stuff.
Alcohol as well. So polyunsaturated fats. Okay, these are also a problem because we use these to replace saturated fats. They say PUFAs are much better than saturated fats. You should eat these sorts of things, okay, because they don't increase your cholesterol. But there are studies that show that when substituting polyunsaturated fats like linoleic acid for saturated fats, yes, your cholesterol goes down, but your heart disease and heart attacks go up. Okay. So these things contain high amounts of omega-6 fatty acids, okay? So all plant oils that are completely unnatural, okay? These aren't things that like we would have found in nature. These are things that have to be manufactured, right?
Peter Asperger's, interesting. That's very interesting. Like I said, man, I'm curious. Like, I'm starting to see the healing properties of this whole thing. Mentally, I'm in the best mental state. I would argue right now, I'm in the best mental state I've been in since 2017, I think, since I blew my knee out all those years ago. So am I, dude. I have severe social anxiety and stuff, which is funny. It probably doesn't seem like it because I'm just sitting here bullshitting away with you guys and I'm so open in the videos and stuff. But social situations, I tense up. I go nonverbal a lot. Like, just middle of a conversation, I'll literally just, my brain goes blank and I have nothing to say. And it's not that it's an awkward situation. I have nothing to say. I go nonverbal. I can't even think of anything to say. And then it becomes awkward because I have nothing to fucking say. Just big, gaping, open silences. But, dude, I'm telling you, the same thing. The more I get in the carnivore, the more social I'm being, the more conversational. Streaming with you guys is just easy no matter what. You guys are awesome as shit. So, but I don't know. I'm seeing a vast improvement mentally. Like, it's I don't want to say night and day, but I can see it happening. And my life coach told me that today. My life coach is amazing. I have through the weight loss clinic, and he saw it today. He's like, Bill, he's like, dude, he's like, number one, your weight's phenomenal. He's like, the last time I saw my life coach, I was like 513 fucking pounds. And I showed up today fucking 20 under the goal he had set for me. So he was super happy there. But he literally says, like, the weight aside, he's like, your mental state. He's like, I only see you once every 2 months, and I can literally tell her every 6 weeks I see him. And he's like, I can literally tell it's like a night and day difference. You're like not even the same person anymore. You're like bubbly and conversational and like having good coherent thoughts and conversations. I mean, I used to sit in his office depressed. I couldn't even talk half the time. What's your plan? Oh, I don't know. Whatever you guys tell me to do. But now I'm sitting there saying, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm acting. This is what we're getting done. And here's the results. And brother, that feels good. That feels good. When you have those results to show, well, it's going to harm this. Oh, really? Here's my shit showing my blood pressure coming down every day. Here's my shit showing my sugar being the most regular it's ever been. Here's my overall pain levels coming down. Here's my sleep schedule, which is the most dialed in it's been in years. Tracking. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love how it's also taken us the better part of 2.5 hours to get 14 minutes into a 32-minute video. Once again, Anthony Chaffee, MD. Definitely check him out. Got to shout him out for doing reacts.
They have massive amounts of omega-6s as compared to omega-3s, and that's very important. The ratio between omega-6 and omega-3s, plays a vital role in your body. You need both, but you need omega-3s better and more. And so omega-6s actually use up the same enzymes that metabolize omega-3s, and so you'll actually block out your omega-3s. If you have more omega-6s, you'll actually end up using less.
Really? That's a very interesting way of looking at it. You're creating a traffic jam to the receptors from the sound of what he's saying here, which is actually crazy. That's utterly insane. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff.
Significant health issues from that, okay? And so actually find that if you have omega-3s that are too low, your risk of heart disease and cardiac related deaths go
omega-3s. Good thing I had salmon for lunch. Aha!
Okay? And omega-6s, they are very pro-inflammatory. They cause a lot of inflammation.
What did he just say?
So actually find that if you have omega-3s that are too low, your risk of heart disease and cardiac related deaths go way up. Okay, and omega-6s, they are very pro-inflammatory. They cause a lot of inflammation as well, and they block out the omega-3. So they're causing inflammation, and they're stopping a healthy natural process from happening as well.
Huh. The main sources of omega-6 fatty acids are vegetable oils, soybean and corn oil, nut and seed oils, sunflower seeds, and pumpkin seeds. 4 tins of sardines? You go, Benny. You go, man. More power to you. I'm not there yet. I might. My tastes are broadening, but I don't know if I'm a sardine man yet. I'm a sardine man. Huh. So, look at all those oils. Corn oil. I found corn oil in something I was eating the other day. I was looking at the ingredients and said, ain't no effing way. No shit. So imagining eggs are the good source then. What? Okay, so basically then from what I'm seeing, the best source of omega-6s you're going to have is eggs. That we're allowed to have. You're going to be getting your eggs, you're going to get your omega-6s because you do need them. So that's why you want to limit eggs. This is all starting to make way too much sense. It's all starting to make way too much sense, man. I love it. I love when things start coming together in my brain. Sometimes it takes a while. I will admit, sometimes it takes me a while to catch up and figure things out, but
well, in excess.
This is all starting to get way too logical.
As I mentioned before, cholesterol is actually good for you. Okay, there was a 68,000 person study by Ramsden and everyone et al. Published in the BMJ that found that people over 60, the higher the LDL cholesterol, the better. They lived longer. Okay, so this was protective. Okay, they also found that people with higher LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, lower rates of infection, lower rates of cancer. Okay?
Interesting.
So there's probably a lot going on here. It's probably not just just the cholesterol involving this, but what are we doing?
So maybe my elevated LDL that I was so concerned about 2 hours ago, looking at those medical results, is maybe why I don't have lung cancer from smoking for 20 years. Yeah, dude, eggs fill me up so fast, man. They really do. They really do. The eggs limit me. I love that.
We're eating a lot of pro-inflammatory polyunsaturated fats, low-fat, heart-healthy diet, and we're doing a lot of other things that are really bad for our system, eating a bunch of carbs and sugar and all that sort of crap, and that's bad for you, okay? But there is that correlation, okay? But correlation is not causation. However, we're not seeing it the other way around. We're not seeing that higher cholesterol equals bad things happening. We're seeing higher cholesterol equals good things happening, okay? Low cholesterol is also associated with depression. This is something that I've spoken about before, but there are publications in psychiatric journals and so forth showing that you have higher rates of depression in people with lower levels of LDL cholesterol. Okay, and more frightening than that, so people that have low LDL cholesterol and
Sure, I heard someone knocking on my door.
much higher rate of suicide. Okay, so even psychiatrists and psychologists are now encouraging their patients to raise their LDL cholesterol. Okay, this has to turn around, guys. This is something that
Damn, I got high LDL and I'm still depressed. What does that mean for me?
Understanding that we got this one very wrong. Okay, cholesterol is
See, the thing is, I think all my depression stems from I don't just like have standard depression. Maybe I do a little bit, but I think all of my depression really stems from where I am with my joints and my knees and all the stuff I'm limited on, all the life stuff I want to do, but I can't because of the joint damage. I think that's the real root of my depression. I think lifelong I've had anxiety issues, but definitely the depression is a big one, rooted in the joint damage itself. It's rough. It affects everything. It affects everything, man.
So many things in your body. Vitamin D for one, but also 5 hormone groups: your progestogens, your glucocorticoids, your mineralocorticoids, your androgens.
Glucocorticoids. Man, I actually like that word. That's a good word.
These are vital for your health. You screw with these, and you are in trouble, and you will not enjoy your life. Okay, so. Cholesterol makes these sorts of things. People say it's like, oh, well, we make cholesterol, so this is a non-essential nutrient. Well, we do make it, but we only make about 70% of what we need. Okay, so yeah, you actually do need some of this in your body. You also make bile salts and all these sorts of things. You need cholesterol. Cholesterol makes up the membrane of every single cell in your body. I learned that in 8th grade. I remember seeing this. It was like all these cholesterol molecules just are the membrane of your cells. I remember thinking like, but how can
it could truly be? It could truly be. I mean, my levels of inflammation are out of this world. They truly are. So I'm very curious what's going to happen. Dairy, we're 2 days removed from dairy. I had the rest of the cottage cheese on Sunday, so there's no dairy in the house. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm really, really curious if I can massively bring down inflammation, where I'm going to end up. I'm very, very curious on it. But it is my primary issue. It's definitely my primary issue. Never went back. What are statins? Statins, blood pressure, right? Blood pressure medication. Oh, okay, so cholesterol meds. Gotcha. Yeah, no one's, that's one thing I'm lucky. I have a shit ton of medications I'm on, but none of them, I have no cholesterol meds yet. No cholesterol. I got blood pressure, depression, anxiety, acid reflux, and basically the Zepbound shot is really my main ones. Everything else I take is like multivitamins and minerals and stuff like that. No, dude, I don't piss at all. Seriously, straight up, I piss like 3 times a day, if that, 2 to 3 times a day. So statins specifically target LDL. Gotcha. Makes a lot of sense. It's crazy how much all this is starting to make a whole lot of sense. It's coming together in magical little ways in my brain. It's a lot, though. You guys are helping me a shit ton to understand this stuff, because this is a lot to take in. It's a lot to learn. I mean, there's so much underlying stuff here that you got to figure out. But no, I've always been a man of a big bladder. Even drinking, back during my drinking days, oh my God. Everyone would like question it. Like, why don't you go to the bathroom at all, dude? Like, I don't know. Just don't.
I think cholesterol will be bad for you if we...
You're going to start. Fair enough. I'll take it. I got this far in life, so far like this, so we'll start her around. We'll start her around. What am I talking about? We'll start it up.
Ways, I'm sure, but it didn't really make sense at the time. Okay, so what about studies? Okay, so there are a ton of studies. All the big studies.
There's a trap to sell your water. Oh yeah.
No correlation or an inverse correlation between LDL cholesterol and heart disease. Okay, there was DeSouza et al. In 2015, the BMJ did a large meta-analysis, found that saturated fats had no association with all-cause mortality, CVD, CHD, ischemic stroke.
See, here's the other thing that I just thought about, is I'm literally on a water pill. I am on, no wonder I'm retaining water. I am on a water pill for my blood pressure. So if I can just get to the point, I'm on lisinopril and a water pill. I forget the name of the water pill. I want to say hydrochlorothiazide, something like that, maybe. Something along those lines. Anyway, now I'm actually curious on that. Hydrochlorothiazide, there we go. Yep, so that's what it is, hydrochlorothiazide. If I could get rid of that and just go down the lisinopril, I think my fluctuations in water weight are going to change dramatically. So unfortunately, it's always at night. Yeah, it's always the timing thing. Unless I cheat and eat too many carbs. Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, I'd love to get off this water pill. I would absolutely love to get off this. Although it allegedly reduces fluid retention, but I'm assuming a high side effect is that it can... Almost everything drug that's meant to treat anything, one of the side effects is increasing what it's supposed to treat, is the wildest thing for me.
Or type 2 diabetes.
Especially depression. Oh, you're slightly depressed? All right, we're going to give you this depression medicine. Now, if you start wanting to kill yourself, let us know. So, wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. That don't make no sense.
I mentioned Ramsden et al. 2016, the BMJ. He found that there was no benefit to the intervention group treating high cholesterol, and found that he had a 22% increased risk of death for every 0.78 millimoles per liter reduction in serum cholesterol. So as you reduce cholesterol, risk of death goes up. Okay? It should be the other way around if cholesterol were that bad for you. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, from what he's going on here, I mean, the big sound of this is literally that lower cholesterol is far more of a danger than high.
Hamley in 2017 published in the Nutrition Journal, again, a meta-analysis. You know, we have these tiers of studies. Meta-analysis are at the very top of that, okay? They're some of the most, when well done, they're some of the best evidence, okay? And so they look at multiple studies and correlate all the data that all these different studies look at. Okay, so you're getting a much bigger population sample. Okay, they found that replacing saturated fats with polyunsaturated fats doesn't reduce coronary heart disease events, coronary heart disease mortality, or total mortality. Okay, and they concluded that previous meta-analysis showing the benefits of
I think the most soda, I mean, as far as just getting soda like once or twice a year, I'll get like a nice cream soda or a nice like glass bottle of root beer. That's really all the soda I drink throughout an entire year, though, and that's even if that. I'll tell you what, it's something about the carbonation in soda I just don't like. I don't know what it is. Too fizzy for me. Too fizzy. But it used to be, even if I do get a soda, like a nice glass bottle, orange soda or cream soda or something like that, like, dude, I will crack a glass bottle and it will sit there. It will take me 5 hours to get through a soda. I just take like little sips here and there.
Of switching these two, did so by including inadequately controlled trials. Okay, so they used poor evidence to come to a biased conclusion. Okay,
so what that looks like after 5 years of impaired function, then 10 years. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a ton of sense. If it is the building blocks like that, like he's saying that cholesterol is the building blocks for all this stuff, it makes a lot of sense. It really, really does.
This was a large study.
Truly.
One of the largest studies that's ever been done. It was certainly the most expensive. It was something like $700 million. It's insane.
It's a lot of money. My theory on that is because you become less depressed and you see that you aren't normal, just medicate and you spiral off of that. That's my POV for me anyway. Yeah, no, you're right, though. You're right. That's definitely the way it goes. Depression's a motherfucker. It truly is. And a lot of people say, I truly am envious of people who've never experienced depression. And the hardest thing is explaining it to someone who's never had depression. Because the outside view of depression is that, oh, why are you just sad all the time? Why are you just sad? It's like, no, it's so much more than that. Like, I get depressed to the point I don't have feelings. I feel nothing. I have no feeling towards anything, and sadness is just one of the side effects of that. Sadness, anger, some of the strongest emotions are the ones that are going to come through. But to me, depression has always been this emptiness, just a void. You're literally stuck in a void. I feel nothing. When I get really, really bad days, I feel nothing. And for whatever reason, for me, the one thing that poked through that darkness and did give me a little glimmer of anything was eating food. It was always eating food. I want a piece of data. Dude, I haven't heard the Ramones in so long. Oh, let's go. Dude, I gotta rock some Ramones tonight. I'm gonna blast some Ramones and I'm making my lamb burgers in about 10 minutes. Yes, sir. All right, so we're going to keep going. I'm going to get my last set of reps in. We're going to go for about another 10 minutes or so. I did plan on going to 9 o'clock, but the gym ran late. I ended up not getting here in time, and I have not eaten anything since noon, and we are coming up on 8 p.m., so I am absolutely ready for my burgers. I only got 600 calories in me so far, so we're going to do another 10 minutes here. We're going to keep this video going. I'm going to get my last set of reppies in for you guys because I owe you for every single stream. When someone who is depressed suddenly stops even acting in their vices, you know it's really bad. That's it. The small things that do get through and make them happy, when they give up on those, it's time to start hanging out with that person to make sure they don't do something real stupid. You know what I mean, though? For me, it's like the one thing that's showing through is booze. Booze, food, cigarettes, all the addictive shit. They gave me glimmers of happiness. They all gave me that little glimmer of just, oh, okay, well, this is all right. I can keep feeling like this. It's all right. You know, as long as I have these little things to keep me going, it's fine. I can keep feeling like this, but it's also talking to someone. I finally did reach out for mental help years ago. That's where the medications came from, but it's also not just blindly, here's your medications to go. I do supremely have a lot of really good people to talk to, therapy-wise and stuff like that. It's helped me tremendously. If it's something you guys have never done, worth checking out. If not, I always got it in here. I'm always willing to listen. Oh, this last set's gonna burn. Oh, my elbow just popped. That was good. Dopamine? What the hell is that? I ain't met him since 97. For me, it was one day, one day someone flipped a switch. I don't remember when it was. I was like the happiest, most go-lucky child you've ever seen. And at some point around 9 or 10 years old, maybe a little after 11 or 12, someone just flipped a switch on me. It was like someone flipped a switch, and I was in the void, and I've been there ever since. It went untreated for me for a very, very long time. But now I want to treat it with food and exercise and life, not medications. Treat it with life. Get out there and live. I do it every day, every single day. I put out a video earlier, probably like an hour ago it went out, showing that. I mean, every single day I wake up and that depression's telling me not to get out of bed. I'm sitting here with my little Oro chintzy workout machine. My depression is outside in the driveway benching 450, waiting for me. Every single day, that piece of shit doesn't want me to get out of bed, doesn't want me to go, doesn't want me to talk. Wants me to sit here and eat pizza and stare at Netflix all day. Every day, no matter how easy it looks or anything else, every single day of my life, I fight that every single morning. And carnivore is the first thing that's broken through. I actually wake up and I want to do shit. What's on the docket? What's on the list? What am I doing today? Things I haven't said to myself in many, many years until I got on carnivore. Every other diet I tried, everything else was, all right, well, we do this till we fail again because we're going to fail. It's the first time in some time I felt like I wasn't going to fail something. This has got that burn today. I'm going to put this on so you're listening to me breathing so hard.
Hundreds and hundreds of pages long. I mean, several hundred pages long. Nothing that they talked about in their results table came to statistical significance, meaning that there were other variables and factors, and so you say like, okay, well, this shows a correlation, but you
should be angry all the time.
If something's not statistically,
you'll come back. I used to be angry all the time when I was younger, awkward and nervous when I was the most alive when I was angry at something, dude. And that's it, dude. That's what I'm telling you. It's like, it's the void. It's the void, but the emotions that can push through the void are sadness and anger. They're the two main ones that get out. And people think people think that it's like you're angry and you're mad and you're sad because that's the only emotions you know how to show after a while. And people start to think that's who you are. He's just an asshole. He's pissed off all the time. He's a dick. But it's not. You don't know how to show other emotions, not because, I don't know, it's hard to say, just because you don't have them. You want to have them. You long to have them, but you don't. You absolutely don't. You're just in this void where you feel nothing. And I don't know, it's just anger and sadness are so strong. They're always the ones that broke through. They're always the ones that broke through. That's amazing to hear you're coming back, though. That's so good. So good. That's what I'm talking about, that energy, the desire. I wake up and I want to do shit. I want to accomplish things. I want to be someone again. I don't want to lay in a lump. But every day is a fight. Every day is a fight. I'm getting there. I'm getting better. But every day is still a fight. Because I'm telling you, Mr. Depression, he's out there benching 450 raw, man. He's got plates loaded up on that bar, and he's just out there benching, waiting for me to get up so he can come back and do it again. So it's a fight. You guys are fighting it too. And we're going to beat this shit. We're all going to beat this shit. 40, 50. It's energy. It's energy. Energy. Just getting up. Just getting up. Get up, take a hot shower. Motion creates emotion, I'm telling you. Motion truly creates emotion. I used to think it was such a fucking sales pitch. Motion creates emotion. No, it truly does. Get up and just do stuff and see how much better you feel. Dude, truly, Benny, truly, bottle up your emotions. You're not supposed to show emotion. Be a man. Motherfucker, we're still in the same boat. And there's so many people I've had this conversation with, the one we're having right now. I've had this conversation with some people before, and they've come out and almost cried. Said, dude, I thought I was the only one that felt this way, because we're not allowed to talk about this shit. We're told growing up this is not how men handle themselves. It's not how they carry themselves and shit. But it is, because we got to man up and face the shit. You got to get up and face the shit. You got to be a man about it. But it's okay to talk about it, because we're all going through the shit. We're all going through it, and I don't know, man. It all is just part of the plan. They feed us shit. They want us to be locked down shit. Like, dude, I don't know. The world's a scary place. All we can do is get ourselves strong and smart. That's what I'm saying, dude. Games aren't enough. Games aren't enough. I don't want games anymore. All I've done for the past 16,000 hours of the past 10 years is sit here and play video games. I want no part anymore. I don't even touch games anymore. I play like Stumble Guys or something on stream for you guys here and there. I don't want to do it. And if I do touch a video game, I'm just sitting here like, dude, there's 800 other things I could be accomplishing. I want to get better. I want my joints better. I want to be over in my dad's wood shop. I want to be building custom stuff in my house. I want to be making my house better. I want to work around the house. I want to make my lawn look good. I want to go plant trees outside. Like, life is coming back. It's coming back. I didn't even have the willpower to do that shit or think about it. And here we are, week 7. And that's all I want. I'm telling you, it's coming back. It's coming back. The me who's been buried for 20 years is in there, and he's fighting to get out right now. But again, Papa Bear's outside putting plates up, so we got to get strong too. Yeah, the video game world very much becomes not enough. Games are a stopgap, dude, and they're a control mechanism. It's so easy to play these games, and they're literal slot machines. Look at Destiny, look at Warframe. I know you say you don't play them, but you know the premise of the games. They're digital slot machines. They're literally, so you farm weapons, and your weapons drop with random perks. You're literally playing a digital slot machine. And you keep going, and going, and going, and repetitive, and just doing the same thing over, and over, and over, trying to get your perfect little gun. How much land do I have? Not much. I only have like 1.25 acres. Everything you see when I'm filming outside, that little square chunk in the back, that's everything I have right there. So not a ton, but I got enough to get some chickens out there. I want chickens next year. I couldn't do cattle or anything here, but I want to have a couple massive gardens next year. I want to do all sorts of stuff. I want some big gardens outside. I want some pigs. I think I could probably keep 2 or 3 pigs here pretty easily. So I got a lot of room to mess around. I really want to start doing that. Even if I do just a little couple plots of corn just to feed the chickens off of, you know what I mean? And especially with ticks, all the bugs and ticks and Lyme disease and all that nasty shit, a flock of chickens, they just wander your yard and eat every single bug there is every day. They're like the ultimate tick cleaner. They just hunt those things down. So I got property to work with. I definitely got property to work with. But All right, my brothers, I think this was an absolutely eye-opening conversation. I think this talk on depression was super, super good, super healthy for all of us. Again, it's one of them suppressed things. You're not supposed to talk about it. You're supposed to bottle it up, be a man about it. But these are the conversations we got to have. And like I said, in your day-to-day life, I guarantee you there's a lot of people that are needing this conversation too. So never be afraid to have it with someone. I'm always open ears. If you guys ever need someone to talk, most of you guys are in the Discord. I know that. You guys have been awesome in the Discord. You're keeping it super, super busy in there. There's going to be times I'm so busy doing a lot of stuff during the day. If I don't see your Discord messages, it might take me a day or so to get back to some of them. But thank you so, so much for getting in there. We're going to get a lot more people in this Discord. I'm going to start driving it home here real quick in the videos. Thank you so, so much for hanging out tonight. Benny, thank you. I am sitting here. I've had lamb on my mind for the last 30 minutes. I'm going to have a couple eggs. I got a half pound of ground lamb out there, so I'm going to go jam down about 900 calories quick. And you know what? I think after tonight, we've done enough. I might just curl up on the couch with the dog for the night and watch a movie with him. I'm sure he'd love some cuddle time. So this was a super healthy conversation. This was super productive. We got a really good opening look at cholesterol, how the entire system's a scam. So guys, thank you so, so much for hanging out. This truly was an amazing night. This is by far the best stream we've had. Amazing conversation, and I can't wait to do it more. Rest of the week, tomorrow, I'm not going to be streaming again. We're going to do Thursday again, 4 to 8 p.m. I will be locked in. Actually, hold up. Before I lie, give me 1 second. I actually have my dietitian on Thursday. I just want to double check what time that is so I can give you a good, accurate read here. Let's see. Thursday at 2 p.m. So I will be good. I'm good 4 to 8 on Thursday. We'll be back for another stream. Thank you guys so, so much for hanging out. We'll catch you on the next one, and I can't wait to see you guys back. See you soon.